Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Dynasty Life, fantasy football here with the Hammer.
Indeed, back and better than ever. Took a night off last night, and I heard there were a couple of our loyal followers out there calling me out. I'm not going to name any names, Patrick. But yeah, let's jump into it.
Oh,
I watch all the shows, even when I'm not there.
Yeah, so we here. Hammer didn't leave me tonight, so we good. Also, I saw you waiting out there. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
What's good, Alto? What you got for us tonight? What trades did you or did you not attempt to make after last night?
I did see the trades outsole. So, like I said, I watched the show today, and very interesting. Was he part of that Swift, Hill, and Damian Pierce situation? Was that him?
I don't remember. It could have been. There was a few people. There was a bunch of questions. I don't remember exactly who. It might have been. But yeah, I mean, I went over just most of the games. I did. It was a. Also, throw that trade back in so Hammer can relook at it like actually on screen here, and we can because Hammer thinks you should take the Saquon and what was it? Saquon and AJ Brown side, which I don't agree with. I think we had somebody else in here didn't agree with me as well, but just throw it on there so Hammer can see that shit again. And let me know if you actually did it. Let me know if you actually did that trade or not.
Yeah,
I know, but I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to actually see it.
It was Saquon and AJ Brown for Tyreek Hill, Damian Pierce, and DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, and when I hear it, I love that side, and then when I see it on the screen, I'm gonna fucking go on a rant. How
you already went on a rant yesterday.
How that side is the right fucking side.
You already went on a rant yesterday. How much more do you need?
Just you got to just be on the right side of things, Hammer, and
yeah,
you want to be on the right side of that.
How has being on the right side of DeAndre Swift been working out for you in a lot of leagues?
Because even if he doesn't work out, you still have Pierce, which he's been playing really good. I know Saquon's been awesome, and then you still got Cheetah, who has been better than AJ Brown. So what's really the come off there is you get a free player that can possibly be like a top 5 dude when he's healthy. You know what I mean? Would you want to take that chance on that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%. And listen, just because I don't, yeah.
Oh, it was Godwin too. Oh, it was Godwin too. Oh, okay. I don't remember
even more. I don't remember Godwin yesterday when I watched it.
I don't remember Godwin in it either. It could have been maybe
he modified it before he made the deal.
Possibly, maybe it's modified. Yeah, I mean, in that case, then I hate losing Cheetah, but you also do get Barkley. But then there's
no. This even solidifies.
Yeah, this makes it a little bit different. I think because if it was just a 3 for 2, then yeah, you were getting the free guy. But yeah, if you're getting Godwin too, I don't know. Maybe you do go that side. I still like the other side. I think overall, I think Barkley, AJ Brown, and Godwin is probably the safer side, but I think you've got so much more upside with the Swift, Pierce, and Hill side. So like, I'm okay with taking the chance on Swift because you still got Cheetah, who is a monster, and then you've got Pierce still also. So yeah, I still like the Swift side. Swift is my guy. I don't care.
He's sticking to his guns.
We are. Yes, we are. I don't know where the fuck Bacala is, but yeah, we were going over some of the games yesterday. But anyway, I mean, I know we talked about.
Do you want my picks, or what do you want? What do you want to do?
Nah. Yeah, he said no to the other one. It was that one. Okay. What was I thinking? What's the most recent shit that happened? Malik Willis is starting this week.
Oh, Tannehill's officially out?
Yep. Tannehill's out, so Malik Willis gets to start. So if you need a QB in a two QB league, or if you need a, I don't know, I guess if you're in a pinch in a deep league and a one QB, you can play him, I guess.
I don't know. That's a bit risky to me, considering they are a running team by nature. I wouldn't play Malik Willis, but like you said, if you're in a two quarterback league, yeah, that's fine. If you have like a Justin Herbert or a Lamar Jackson, if you had, or Mahomes or an Allen or one of the top 7 quarterbacks, and your second quarterback is either out or on a bye, whatever, Malik Willis would be a fine second option with upside because of the athleticism, et cetera, et cetera. But if you're in a one quarterback league, there's better options out there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, or super flex, but yeah, I mean, I think his floor is still good though, because like you said, they're a running team, so they're gonna run probably a lot of option shit, and he can get a lot of carries. So I feel like his floor can be almost decently really safe, so and then if you throw some touchdowns and shit, that's just a plus at least. But I can see him running for at least like 60, 70 yards, like
easy. Yeah. I mean, listen, I like I said, I don't have a problem with starting him in a 2 quarterback league, or even a super flex. But in a 1 quarterback league, even if you're going up to 14 teams, I don't like it, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's just where I'm at with him. Very unproven. We got to see what it looks like. We got to see what it looks like. We just don't know what it looks like.
Yeah.
Zeke out.
Yeah, so Zeke is out. So Pollard gets the reins finally. I'm excited for Pollard, even though I just traded him in a dynasty league. But
Debo out.
Excited to him. I got him playing in one of my other leagues. But yeah, what do you think about Pollard? And if Pollard goes off, like, what do you think about almost like the rest of the season, or like, do they bring Zeke back? Do they just hold him out because Pollard is doing good? Like, what do you think?
No, I think, and as much as we would like to see it as fantasy managers, we hate fucking split backfields, or we hate backfields that we're not 100% sure about, which is basically 80% of the league has a backfield that just has a complementary guy that you have to worry about siphoning off carries from the main guy. But yeah, the way the NFL is now, it's not a bell cow kind of league, right? You only have really 5 or 6 kind of bell cow kind of guys anyway. So regardless, Zeke and Pollard are going to be valuable no matter what, right? Zeke is probably an RB, low end RB1, really an RB2 if you think about his like production level with the carries and everything. I know he had a massive game. I think his last game out, he had a couple of rushing touchdowns. That was the game I'm remembering. But Tony Pollard almost has standalone flex appeal regardless. So I don't think that the Cowboys are looking at it as we want to transition to Tony Pollard. I think they have their plan where Zeke is going to get 55% of the I guess reps or touches, and then Tony Pollard will get 55 or 60-40 somewhere in there. So I think that's the plan out of the gate. And if Zeke is able to play, they're just going to stick to that kind of plan. I don't think it's like a Jacksonville situation where they're waiting to get rid of Zeke so Pollard could step in, like they did with James Robinson. He had a great start to the season, and they were ready to transition right away. So I don't think it's that kind of situation. I think it's more of we have a plan. It's a 60-40 split, 55-45, whatever you want to call it, but they both have standalone fantasy value and should probably be in your lineups regardless.
Yeah. I'm going to go down some of the teams here, the games, but not particularly the games, but some of the fantasy things you think about. So D-Hop is back, right?
Yep.
What do you think about D-Hop going forward? And what do you think about D-Hop when Marquise Brown winds up coming back from injury?
So I think that, and I said this in our group chat, our Dynasty group chat, I think the 6-game suspension was a blessing in disguise for DeAndre Hopkins, because I think he'll be him playing whatever it is, 10, 11 games this season is absolutely perfect because he has been breaking down a little bit. And even particularly last year, I had him on my Dynasty team and he was really productive, but he was only productive because he was catching a bunch of touchdowns. It wasn't, 13 catches for 120 yards. It was 5 catches for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like that was kind of what he was starting to evolve into. So I think with the suspension, the 6 games, I think he's going to be really, really good for the rest of the season. I view him as a low end RB1. I mean, a low end wide receiver 1. He'll be in that 12 to 14 range somewhere for the rest of the season. So I love me some DeAndre Hopkins for the rest of the season. And I think it was a blessing in disguise, the suspension. Getting to when Hollywood comes back, I think there's enough there for them to both be productive.
Yeah, definitely.
Will some of the targets go down? Yeah, but Kyler Murray looks for DeAndre Hopkins. He came back right away. And how many targets did he have in that first game? 12?
Yeah,
10?
he had a ton. He got nobody else really to throw it. He was doing basically what he was doing to Marquise Brown. Now just went right to fucking D
Right.
Hop. It's just
And he looked good though. For his part, DeAndre Hopkins looked good. He looked ready. He was catching everything. He looked like the old DeAndre Hopkins, that Houston Texans guy. And then even in that first year in Arizona, he looked like the same guy. So I'm really high on DeAndre for the rest of this particular season. Going forward could be, you don't know how his body's going to hold up, but for the rest of the season, I view him as a low end wide receiver 1. Like I said, he should finish somewhere in that 12 to 14 range, for the amount of games that he played.
Yeah. So, I agree. I'll get into it a little bit after this. Outsoul says, he declined that other one. So Swift, Pearson, Hill for Barkley and AJ. I just don't like giving up the 3 for 2 is my problem. His team is Hurts, Fournette, Swift, Adams, Hill, Goddard, Pierce. Would you guys do this trade or no? I wouldn't do that trade. I think you're good at kind of where you are. I mean, I don't know where really much that you would want to give up to improve at. I mean, what do you think, Hammer?
That's
the 3 for 2, and then he's saying, he's showing what his team is here. Hurts, Fournette, Swift, Adams, Hill, Goddard, and Pierce. Would you guys do the trade or no? And I don't think he should do this trade. I think he should just stay put. And if you want, like I said yesterday, if you want to get off Swift, you've got to just make it a 1. You just got to move Swift for something, or Swift in one thing for something, not like a 3 for 2. Don't go too big like that.
Yeah, I tend to agree. We talked about this in a previous episode where try to stay away from those huge multiplayer trades. I was actually offered, I don't know, I think Blanc, you touched on this briefly yesterday. I have Jamar Chase in Dynasty and he got hurt. And I put it out there that I was willing to, make a move. I have 2 first-round picks. But I'm staying away from those 7-8 player kind of trades, and I let everybody know. I said, listen, I'll do a pick for a player. I'll do a player for a pick, whatever the case may be. But the problem is that you start to muddy the waters. I know Bagala brought that up, so try and stay away from that if you can. Try and go 1 for 1. And this way you're improving your team and hitting the target area and not kind of giving away other value to get maybe value in a different position, if that makes sense. You don't want to kind of cut off your nose to spite your face. I guess that's what I'm getting
at. Yeah. Chaka, what up, Chaka? Trade away Gabe Davis and Pickens for Monty and Ayuk. I mean, that would solely depend on whether you need a running back or not. If you need a running back, then yeah. I mean, otherwise, I don't know. It's kind of close, but it depends what the rest of your team is. What do you think, Hammer?
The problem with Monty is, and I was starting to look this up. I don't like this because I think Gabe Davis has more upside. I think the combination of the two have more upside than Monty and Ayuk. I guess I'll just put it that way, straight up. I would say no, just because I love the upside of Gabe Davis. We've seen him go out there and catch 4 passes for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. So the fact that he plays with Josh Allen is awesome. And I stated this in a previous episode where Kenny Pickett looks for George Pickens. He's looking for him out there. So I think Pickens' upside is only going to increase over the last back half of the season. So keep Gabe Davis, keep Pickens. Are you in a pinch for a running back? That's kind of what that boils down to.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty close trade either way. I mean, I like Ayuk with Jimmy, for the rest of the season, but I mean, realistically, he's a wide receiver 3. With maybe some wide receiver 2 upside some weeks, where Gabe Davis is more like a wide receiver. He's almost like a wide receiver 3.5 with like wide receiver 1 upside when he hits. Like
Preach.
because
he's very volatile.
He's just going to be hit or miss, and it's going to be hard. He's not getting a ton of targets. It's going to be very hard to sustain his touchdown and long bomb, throughout the rest of the season. It's going to happen, but it's going to be, it's going to be sputtered. It's not going to be, every game. You're going to have to expect to have 2 shit games and 1 huge game, and 2 shit games and a huge game, or something of that nature.
Yep, I agree.
Chaka said trade value of Ken Walker. I mean, you could get whatever you want. A Dynasty is off the charts, but even in redraft, I mean, you can pretty much get whatever that you need. You need a wide receiver, you need a QB. Is all you have is Ken Walker? Do you need to split him in 2? I mean, you can fucking do anything right now with Ken Walker.
Yeah, I touched on this before. Kenneth Walker, for where he was picked and the value for him, even if it's redraft, he's a league winner.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in most drafts, he was going before Penny for a while, and then as we were getting close to the season, people started getting more onto Penny, and then drafting Ken Walker after. But it depends. It depends on your league and how people value him. I think he was picked pretty late in some of our leagues. I don't know. I don't remember exactly, but when it was time for me to try and get him, he was taken already, so I wasn't able to get him. But
yeah,
yeah,
his value is just absurd right now. He's been producing. He's the guy. You don't got to worry about Penny anymore. Pete Carroll loves to run the football. It's one of those things we call a perfect storm. That's the perfect storm. And Ken Walker has massive value right now. And if you have him in Dynasty, you got yourself a gem.
All right, so yeah, that was Carter. I mean, you've got Benjamin again is going to get the start, I think, right? Connor's out again.
Yep, Connor's out. Eno's in.
So you've got Eno in there. I think Darrell Williams is questionable. I don't know if he's going to play at all, but
Eno's proven he can do work.
Benjamin should be the guy that gets to work. And then on the other side, I mean, you got Dalvin, you got JJ, you got Captain Kirk. Playing decent. I mean, I guess I'd like to see more touchdown passes, but 9 touchdowns to 5 in toes, Kirk. What do you think about Kirk?
It's kind of average. He's my QB2 in my league. My home league is a 2-quarterback league, and he's my QB2. Justin Herbert's my QB1, so he works. That's a perfect fit. Coincidentally, I have Justin Jefferson on that team. And I also have Kenneth Walker on that team. So that team is looking, and I have Josh Jacobs on that team. And how I'm 4-3 is beyond me. But yeah, I do like Kirk Cousins as a low-end QB1 if you're in a 14-team league. But it seems like he should have some more touchdowns because he's been pretty prolific over the last, I want to say, year or 2 in terms of the touchdown to interception department. Yeah. But yeah, I like him as a back end QB1, in that 14 range, 14-16 range. Really good on a bye week if you have one of those top guys, a Josh Allen, whatever the case may be. But he's been pretty prolific over the past couple of years. I expected a little bit more, but I think he'll finish up kind of 30 touchdowns, 9-10 interceptions, somewhere around there.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully he keeps doing his thing and the Vikings keep winning because we are, taking the North pretty easy right now.
This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Last week
But
wasn't enough. You want to hang on the rim again this week? All right.
yep, yep.
You don't get
Anyway,
to hang on the rim that often, so I'll
Denver.
let it
Anyway, I guess Jerry Judy in trade talks. Right. There's a few
happen.
teams looking at Judy. They've got pictures of him at Newark Airport. I guess visiting the Giants. I don't know if you saw that. I think I posted that in the group chat.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think I saw something along those lines.
in trade talks and rumors. So what do you think about that? What do you think about Judy and where he could go? And I mean, what that means for the Broncos, I guess too.
It's interesting because Tim Patrick got injured before the season even started. So that would essentially leave Cortland Sutton, and KJ Hamler. I don't
Mhm.
like that very much. Jerry Judy has proven to be a pretty fine wide receiver. I don't think it's more Jerry Judy. I think it's more just the offense in general. Russell Wilson looks like a shell of himself. So that means down production for everybody. You know what I mean? I don't think it has much to do with Jerry Judy as it does with Russell Wilson and the offense as a whole. So, it'll be interesting to see. He's only in his third year. So maybe he's kind of underwhelmed relative to where he was picked. I think he was like 10th overall in that particular draft. Um, so yeah, I still love Jerry Judy, and if he goes to the Giants, I don't love that per se. But where else could he go?
Uh, Other than Green Bay,
No, don't even start with the Green Bay stuff. He's
other
not
I'm
going
just
there.
saying, other than um,
Kansas City. I feel like Kansas City is in on every fucking wide receiver there is out there.
they went and got Tony already. They're not gonna spend. They're not gonna spend to go get another guy. Um, the Rams apparently are looking at Cook. There's a few teams. I mean, the Chargers could go out and get a wide receiver. I mean, Keenan's getting old. Mike Williams can't stay healthy for his life.
I would love
And
that for
he's very
Jerry
up and
Judy.
down. And plus, Herbert could use a nice young guy to grow with over the years.
Mike Williams hurt,
Okay,
Keenan Allen banged up,
and Mike Williams ain't exactly crazy old, but you know what I mean. And then you
but he
get a
has
nice
an injury
23,
history
20.
and is
You get a
currently.
23, 24-year-old in there,
Yep.
and you have him grow with your QB, and you can have the next fucking Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison type fucking
Yep.
squad for years to come and just terrorize motherfuckers. So,
Yeah. If
uh,
him going to the Chargers would be dynamite.
I mean, on top of that, for the Broncos, I mean, they've got just a three-headed backfield. Like, I don't know. I think Boone got hurt. Did Boone get hurt?
I saw something. I wasn't really paying attention to it because it wasn't
Hold
Eckler.
on. I think Boone. Nah, yeah, I think Boone got hurt in the Denver game. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's on IR. So they've got literally Latavius and Melvin now. Um, that's it. So
No, you said the Chargers. I
I
thought you
mean,
meant Broncos. Oh,
not
okay.
the Chargers. My bad. We're talking about the Broncos. We were talking about the Chargers because if Judy gets traded there. My bad.
Gotcha.
We're
Gotcha.
talking about the Broncos. The Broncos backfield, right? So yeah, Boone gets hurt, and now it's just Latavius and Melvin.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean, I don't know who to have.
not ideal. I'd rather have Melvin, but you can't argue with Latavius' production when he gets in there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen with Russell either. I mean, he's fucking hurt. He hasn't looked good altogether, so it's tough, bro. Marcos, what's up, Marcos? Thanks for tuning in as always. Half PPR, Schultz, Irv Smith, or Harrison Bryant. Yeah, I think I like Schultz. I mean, Schultz is Dak's guy, and he'll probably give you the safest score, and probably has the highest upside of all those three guys. I think. What do you think, Hammer?
Schultz, Irv Smith, or Harrison Bryant? Yeah, it's got to be Schultz.
Yeah.
I mean, let's put aside that Irv Smith has kind of underwhelmed. And for Harrison Bryant, I don't know. It's Schultz is the proven guy over courses of a couple of seasons now. So it's got to be Dalton Schultz, and he has the highest upside.
Schultz is going to give you like 4 for 40 at a minimum. Like,
right?
I feel like that's Schultz like minimum. You know. So Outsole said he's eating pancakes with mac and cheese. Oh, with mac and cheese? I don't know about that. The pancakes actually sound fucking amazing right now. And
you don't got some bacon? You don't got some like sausage, maybe breakfast sausage?
I might have to make me some pancakes with that. I got some bacon for you, bro.
Mac and cheese? That's interesting. I did take the wife out to dinner, and we had truffle mac and cheese, which was amazing.
Oh, fancy. Sorry, not all of us are as fancy as y'all. Truffle.
Yeah, it was delightful. Guy. It was delightful. But yeah, pancakes.
You don't like bacon, okay? Do you like sausage? Do you like hash browns or some shit? Fries or something? Mac and cheese and pancakes? Not like together, right? Like with syrup and shit, right? You're talking about like separate, like like you got pancakes on one plate and mac and cheese on another plate. I fucking hope. All right.
I love where this is going. I love where this turn is taking us.
Together, no together, meaning not together, or no, like it is together. Because listen, you're eating like you're trying to fucking trade on your fantasy team, and it ain't good.
He's eating like he's about to go to the electric chair.
This guy. You're eating like you're about to make a dumb trade. They are together. Oh, like with syrup, bro. All right, tell me at least without syrup. Because if you're like syrup too, tell me without syrup. This guy, Outsole, man, I love you, but damn, my guy. That's a first. I mean, what are you? Where did that even come from? I mean, where did you get that from?
Pancakes with.
Is that like a family thing? Is that I don't know if that's a particular syrup and peanut butter with mac and with cheese.
Listen, no. I put peanut butter on my pancakes before, and it's not bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Peanut butter on pancakes is pretty good with some syrup.
Peanut butter is banging. Yo, I'm about to go to IHOP in the morning.
You don't have Steve, do you have what's that thing that Southerners eat? Waffle House. Do you have Waffle House out there, right?
Yeah, we got Waffle Houses out here. I've never been to one. It's like it's like
a little bit of a drive.
I want to say it. No, it's not a little bit of a drive. They're small, tiny little ghetto diners, kind of.
Yeah, they are. But
working here. I don't mean to say it in a bad way. Like the people that work here, I don't think that that was a bad word to say. I didn't mean to say that.
Listen,
but you know what I mean. It's like the Pathmark version of fucking.
I get it. Okay, listen, it is what it is. But I went to I was in Georgia a couple of years ago, and I went to a wedding. I was with, she was my girlfriend at the time, but she's my wife now. So we were in Georgia, and we went to a Waffle House. And bro, Waffle House food is banging. They make it's like hibachi. They make your breakfast right there. You can see them cracking fresh eggs, making the hash browns fresh right in front of you, pancakes, waffles, whatever. Waffle House is phenomenal. We actually don't have one here in the greater New York City area. I would have to drive about an hour to Pennsylvania to go get it. And we are considering doing that because it is delightful. It's delightful, bro.
It's not like No, I mean it's just like any diner. It's just that they're not in the back. They're kind of just right there. Like it's and you get it right out. I mean, but yeah, it's I've never actually been, so I've never been. I've never had a chance to. I just ain't out late, so I don't be going. Um, but all right, Jaguar side, right? ETN is now the man,
Yep.
right? They ship off J Rob.
Yep.
Oh, ETN pretty much automatically becomes like an RB1, and
Yep.
like I think he has to be top 5 dynasty now too. I mean, I haven't gone through all that, but if not 5, 6, 7, some shit like that. I mean, yeah, he might be in the top 5 now for me. What do you think about ETN now being the lead guy that we always thought he would be?
I'm interested to see it. He's had a couple of really nice games. He had over 100 yards rushing last week. He did have the fumble, which whatever, people fumble, it's fine. But I'm interested to see if he can handle 20, 22, 24 touches a game, what that looks like. Is his body going to hold up over the course of the season? The rushing plus the receiving. But listen, you couldn't really ask for much more if you have ETN in any of your leagues. And if you have him in Dynasty, similar to Ken Walker, they trade away James Robinson, and you're in the driver's seat if you have Travis Etienne. So very similar to Ken Walker. If you have him, you love it. You can plug him in and not even worry about it. He can be your RB1 because he runs and he receives. And that Jaguars offense is a little more balanced now, which is good. They have some capable wide receivers. They can move the ball at a decent clip now. So he should finish anywhere in the top 7 this year on a per game basis.
Yeah, I mean, last 3 games over 100 yards in
From
total
yep.
from scrimmage for the last 3 games. So he is playing well. Let me see what he's looking like. Half PPR real quick. TN running back 21.
So far,
Wait,
because
no, hold on. Not my bad. That's standard. That's not half PPR. My bad. My bad. But yeah, RB20. So he is just about 2 touchdowns outside of top 12 range. Oh, a ton, about what, 12 points. That is too much. Well, 15 points. He's pretty much 15 points. So he's in there, and now that he's the lead guy, hopefully he can do his thing. I mean, they've got nobody else. Fucking Hasty, who actually ran for that touchdown last week, which was like, what the fuck? But whatever.
that'll happen. You kind of just chalk that up. But if he's getting the volume, the results will follow.
Yeah. On the outside of things, Kirk had a good day, 7 for 96. Jumped out of his slump for the past 1, 2, 3 games. 10
Yeah, I
targets.
mean, I think Kirk's a really good receiver, and I think he's in a good situation. Um, if he's your wide receiver 3, you're golden. If he's your wide receiver 2, you can live with that. If he's anything more than your wide receiver 2, pump the brakes a little bit because he can have some of those inconsistent days. But I think Trevor Lawrence's development over the course of the season and over this entire year, it's going to tie into Christian Kirk's production. So I do like Christian Kirk as a wide receiver 2, preferably a wide receiver 3 at this point. But he's solid, man. He's solid. He had a really hot start to the season. Yeah, he's good. He's good to have on your team.
Yeah, I mean, He's all right. I don't know if I'm totally sold yet. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there's just, like they can just go out and draft a guy. Like I don't think Kirk is a guy that they're like, okay, we're set at the wide receiver position, in the wide receiver room. Like, you know what I
No,
mean?
I understand that. I'm just saying if you're in redraft for the rest of the season, he can work as your wide receiver too if you're in a
Oh
two
yeah.
wide receiver league or a 3 wide receiver league. Even if you're in Dynasty, I think he's still valuable enough to be your wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
So wide receiver 2 at best.
And listen, he got the contract. They're gonna try and get him the ball. So, and then they
Right.
finally found how to get him the ball again after 3 weeks of not really getting much targets. But I mean, look, the Panthers get rid of CMC and they're rolling with Hubbard and Foreman. Then Hubbard goes down, so now it's just Foreman, who's a good play, awesome play this week. I've got him going, and I've got him playing this week again in one of my leagues. But I mean, once Chuba comes back, I don't know. Does that change things a little bit? I mean, how much are we really putting faith in Foreman? You know what I mean? But then again, I don't know. Are they just going to be pounding the rock? I mean, PJ Walker, Sam Darnold, I think is supposed to come back. I don't know when. Baker's back, but they're benching him. I mean, what do you think about all that?
Who knows? It's the Carolina Panthers. They're in full fire sale mode. Um, I think Foreman is good enough to have flex value, even RB2 value, honestly. Just because the goal line work is going to be there. I don't think they're sold on Chuba. I think Chuba is more of the complimentary guy. Doesn't mean he can't have his breakout games, but I think Deontay Foreman is the first and second down guy and the goal line guy, which merits at least flex value.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What else we got? Yeah, we talked about Zeke being out. You've got coming back. Amon-Ra St. Brown coming back. So that's exciting to see them finally get back on the field. What do you think about Amon-Ra? I don't think you ever really say anything much about Amon-Ra.
No, listen, I played him in the championship game last season in Dynasty against you, and he just wouldn't let me run away with it. Like between him and Rashad Penny, but he's a really good wide receiver, man. Like, listen, the numbers speak for themselves. Say what you want about where he was drafted, whatever. He plays for the Lions, whatever. The numbers are the numbers. When he plays, he's really awesome. He's been a little banged up, and he's been in and out of the lineup. And that concerns me a little bit, but if he can ever kind of find his sea legs this season, how can he not have wide receiver 1 upside? You know what I mean? I don't not like him. I just don't like when a guy is automatically proclaimed the second coming of Jerry Rice when he's played 20 games? 25 games.
He's a second coming.
Come on with that.
No, he's not the second coming.
Would you rather have Jamar Chase or Jerry Rice?
Would I rather?
Not Jamar Chase or Jerry Rice. Jamar Chase or Amon-Ra. Sorry.
Jamar Chase is hurt, so yeah, I'd rather have Amon-Ra. But
get the fuck Europe.
if you're talking about just like in general, who would I want on my team? Yeah, you're drafting. St. Brown is averaging like 20-something points the last like 9 games he's played. So it's just, I'm a St. Brown guy. I like the consistency rather than Chase's up and down BS. But going into the season, yeah, I would have drafted Chase before I drafted St. Brown going in. Now that we've kind of seen shit go down, that could be different next season going in. But yeah, going into the season, I would have drafted Chase before St. Brown. Yeah, especially where you could have got him.
Right. Now, the value is always going to be important. And we talk about this too. And the more I started really digging into it and understanding the value comparative to the production, You have to weigh that because you're drafting Jamar Chase in the top, whatever, 8, maybe 10 in the first round, and Amon-Ra probably slipping into the 3rd or 4th round, depending on who likes him, who doesn't, whatever. So, so yeah, the value is obviously going to be tied to the production and where you draft him, but you know, Chase is that dude, and I think we've kind of seen it. And I think there's just more stability with the quarterback position. So that's another thing you have to look at. Are the Lions sold on Jared Goff? I don't think so. He's good. He's in the ball, but
yeah, no,
what if the Lions decide to go into the draft and draft a rookie quarterback, and there's some flux at the quarterback situation?
Then that's awesome. But we've seen St. Brown do it without Jared Goff. We've seen him do it with 2 different QBs. 3 different QBs, actually, because the second QB wound up getting hurt. They wound up having to play the fucking 3rd string, and he was still doing his thing last year.
I mean, to be fair, they have Jameson Williams on the horizon.
I don't think so. He's a different player.
Can I make my point?
No, go ahead.
It's sacrilegious for me to talk about your guy. You should just be a Lions fan. You love DeAndre Swift. You love Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, just sign up with the Lions. And
I like league winners. I like league winners, and the Pack don't have.
Just call it a day. All right. So we're not gonna do this right now because the Pack have had plenty of league winners in Aaron Rodgers.
But anyway,
in Jordy Nelson, in Randall Cobb back in his heyday. The list goes on and on and on.
I heard Hammer's feelings. All right, whatever. Go through. All right, talk about St. Brown. Go ahead. You think Jameson Williams is going to be an issue?
No, I don't. I'm not saying he's going to be an issue. I'm just saying that even a 20%, 15% drop off in targets can affect the value. You know what I mean?
You think he's going to lose 10%, 15% of targets?
It's possible. Who knows? It's possible. We can see how Jameson Williams was a 1st round draft pick, so he's going to get the opportunity just based off that alone. If they felt so good about Amon-Ra, they wouldn't have took a 1st round wide receiver, in my estimate. So if they felt that like Amon-Ra was a wide receiver 1, that guy, whatever the case may be. So I'm just saying the totality of it, having Swift, having a Hawkinson, having a Jameson Williams, the totality of the offense. Listen, it could look like the Bengals offense where everybody is just valuable, right? The running back, 2 wide receivers, and the tight end.
Yeah.
It could be that kind of situation where everybody's valuable, and I can foresee something like that being the case. But I like Amon-Ra as a player. I think he's awesome when he's on the field. The production is the production. So how am I supposed to argue with that?
Yeah, I mean, we said the same thing last year. Oh, Hawkinson was out, Swift was out, and then he comes in this year and does the same fucking thing. It doesn't matter. And Jameson is not the wide receiver that Amon-Ra is. Amon-Ra is a slot receiver that is running short and intermediate routes, where Jameson is on the outside and he's running burners, he's running deep routes, and he's more, intermediate and deep. So it's a totally different position, and that's why I don't feel like it affects Amon-Ra at all, because Amon-Ra still is going to have his role and is going to run his same routes. Jameson is at a different kind of wide receiver position, if that makes sense. So for me, it doesn't really matter. I'm worried about Jameson Williams, to be honest, because Jared Goff doesn't really throw the deep ball like that. So I'm more concerned about Jameson coming in and doing work than Amon-Ra like losing work, because I think his role is pretty much cemented in to that offense right now. And that's why I say it doesn't matter the QB, because we saw last year with 3 different QBs, this guy was still getting 10, 12 targets. So but I can see where you're coming from, and of course anything is possible. So Jackson, my guy, what up, brother? Can't wait for the Vikings to get another win and the Packers another L. The Packers are going down. They got a tough game this week. They got the Bills, right?
Yeah, they do.
How's it gonna feel when you eat? Is this the 4th in a row?
Yeah, that's fine.
That would be 4 in a row.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Jackson said no hate. Jackson said no hate, Hammer. But
how are you gonna say that? That's just like saying, "Oh, you're a piece of shit." No offense.
The Packers are shit. offense. I mean offense.
Yes, they are. They're not playing well. That's fine. I don't, not that I
Um,
expected it, but listen, they started 3-1. I don't understand. And they were ahead against the Giants in London. They were ahead against the Commanders last week. So they're not a terrible team. They just don't know how to finish. I think they get leads and just think they're going to win because they had a lead.
bro, I'm gonna make pancakes after this shit, bro. Oh, outsole, I'm making pancakes after this stream, bro.
Are you making mac and cheese? That is the real question.
No, I'm not making mac and cheese. I'm making pancakes. I'm making pancakes, bro, with some syrup and butter. But outsole said Brandon Cooks, Vikings, Rams, Giants, Packers are all NFL's teams. Yes, that is correct. Do you guys think anything will happen with them? Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
I think they don't want to lose. I think they just signed didn't they just give him a contract?
I believe so, but I don't think it was a
They just gave
crazy
him a short little contract. I think it was like a 2 or 3 year, maybe. I don't remember what exactly what it
it
was.
wasn't anything crazy.
But yeah, the Packers I heard they highly want a young wide receiver that's still on their rookie deal. So I don't know if they're going to want to spend to get Brandon Cooks. Which I'm not sure what exactly they're asking for. I know Claypool, they're asking for a second round pick. That I know. I'm not sure what they were asking for Brandon Cooks. So I don't know if the Packers are going to go out and get him. Hammer knows that they don't go out and get anybody because they're fucking jackasses.
No, they don't. And it's funny because I was talking the other day on the phone, and I'm like, yo, I watched the Rams go out and get Odell. I watched the Rams go out and get Von Miller. I mean, I watched the Rams go out and get Jalen Ramsey. They just signed everybody. And my team, and we talked about this in another episode too, where look at all the wide receivers, the prime time wide receivers that have been traded or signed in the last couple of years. Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, AJ Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill. And we're trading away our best player, our best wide receiver. So that tells you everything you need to know about the organization that I love and loathe at the same time.
Yeah, I mean the Giants. I mean, they did just trade away Tony. They could bring in the vet. Maybe that's what they need with that young squad. Maybe they need a little bit of a vet guy to come in. I don't know. He's not going to really put up work. I think it'll be more of a, especially at this point in his career, more of like a mentor vet kind of thing, being in that locker room.
He can still play though. He's not that old.
Definitely. I'm not saying that he's not going to play. But of course, I just don't know how much passing they're going to be doing. But yeah, what do you think about the Giants? About him going to the Giants, maybe?
We talked about this with Jerry Jeudy. I don't like it. I don't even love it, to be honest, just from the standpoint of that passing game hasn't exactly set the world on fire. It's been more Saquon Barkley, opportunistic plays on third down and in the red zone, and a pretty good defense that's been able to kind of hold teams, under 20 points. So I don't think just because they get Brandon Cooks, all of a sudden they're going to be like the 07 Patriots or something like that. You know what I mean? Even if it is Brandon, or even if it is Jerry Jeudy. So I don't love the prospect of any wide receiver really going there and trying to be productive.
I can see him going to the Rams because they, I mean, they could use a guy like Cooks where he's more of like a possession kind of guy, kind of like almost similar to Cup, kind of where, he's going to fit into those zones and shit. I mean, the Vikings, I guess, I mean, that's my squad. I don't know if I would rather get Claypool or somebody else. I don't know if we need another old guy. I mean, we got Thielen, but yeah, I mean, Cooks would be nice, I guess. I wouldn't be mad at it as long as we don't spend, anything crazy. Can't wait. Yeah, we saw that already.
We saw that. You want to run that again?
My bad. Had to let everybody see that shit. Losing to the Bills is inedible. Yeah, it's gonna be tough for them to beat the Bills. I think that's gonna be tough, bro. Are you prepared? Are you prepared? Like, yeah, we're probably gonna take this L.
Yeah, just as long as they cover the spread.
Mike is getting marched by 22.
Who do you like
Um,
you got? Arizona?
yeah, we got Arizona. I don't know. I don't like Kyler Murray this year. He's a piece of shit. Um, we'll see. Is Pollard a must start this week? Yeah, bro.
Even with Zeke
Absolutely.
in there, he's a flex play. He's an RB2 now.
Yeah, we're playing Pollard, bro. We're playing Pollard. We're definitely
Absolutely.
you have to play Pollard. If you're not playing Pollard, you might as well not even have him on your team. There's no point to have him on your team because this is why you have him on your team for these situations, as well as if you don't have to start him or spot start him. But yeah, if you're not gonna play him, you might as well trade him because he's just wasting on your bench. But yeah, you got to play him there, bro. You got to play him. Um, let me see what else did we have going on. Nothing really happening. Michael Thomas out again. Olave out. They're talking about Michael Thomas. They don't even know when he's going to come back.
Shocking, right?
So it's not even like, oh, he's getting close. He'll be back hopefully next week. It's we don't know when he's going to come back. So again, for the Michael Thomas owners that we told you, me and Hammer told you not to fucking draft him. We told you.
Yep.
And if you did, you are getting screwed, especially if you try to pick them early.
All
So
right.
definitely. What do y'all think about Van Jefferson coming back? I mean, bro, it tells you everything that you need to know. They're trying to go out and get Brandon Cooks. I mean, they don't give a
Mhm.
fuck about Van Jefferson. He's just a guy. I mean, he's a guy that can come in and be decent. But they're telling you exactly what they feel about Van Jefferson. So I'm not interested in Van Jefferson in fantasy. I mean, Allen Robinson's not even worthy. Barely. So no, I don't think he's going to do good. I think he's going to be okay. He might have a big game here or there, or catch a bomb here or there, but that's going to be far in between. So I'm not picking him up. I'm not. No, I'm not even. It's not worth that. I mean, you saw him last year. I mean, even then, they still went out and got OBJ, right? I mean,
And
you
got
know,
Allen Robinson in the offseason.
so they're telling you kind of everything that you need to know about him. That's how I feel about it. Also,
Agreed.
Tim, what's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in, man. Dallas or Philly defense? Dallas or Philly defense? So, Dallas is. Am I fucking blind here or what? Okay, Dallas has got the Bears. Yeah, I like that
Yep.
definitely. And then we've got Philly.
Steelers.
Philly's got the Steelers.
Woo.
It's actually a good matchup too. But I'm gonna go with Dallas on a Bears offense that just isn't explosive. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna roll with Dallas here. I mean, not that the Steelers are explosive, but I think the Bears are just so much worse. I think if that, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Dallas. What do you think, Hammer?
I'm not looking at it from that perspective, but I'm going to arrive at the same conclusion. I'm looking at it more about the playmakers that Dallas has on defense is just going to supersede anything else I've seen so far. And the fact that they're playing a young quarterback in Justin Fields that has improved, he's capable of, you overcoming that level of defense. I'm going to go with the Dallas defense. I saw what they did against Jared Goff, and Jared Goff has been pretty good from a fantasy perspective, thus far through the first, I think it was like 5 or 6 weeks, and it's kind of tapered off a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Dallas, but not because of Justin Fields, but because Dallas has legit playmakers on that defense. Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, Leighton Vander Esch. They got some really good guys on that line. I'm gonna go with the Dallas defense. They're gonna get some sacks. They might rack up a couple turnovers, and they'll probably hold Chicago to 13 points.
Yeah, guys, let's help us out here. Who y'all got? We both going with Dallas. Who do y'all have? Y'all got Dallas or Philly defense? But we're gonna roll with Dallas. Kyron Williams, I mean, he's gonna be all right. He might do well this year. I mean, you can stash him on your bench, of course. I mean, if I don't know if you heard me yesterday, I traded him in Dynasty for a first round 2024 first round pick. Some jackass gave me a first round pick. We won't say any names, but
Yeah, he also
I
happens to pop on this show every now and again. His name begins with a B and it ends with an A.
so I appreciate the free first round pick that I got for Kyron Williams. But yeah, I mean, this year you can stash him. I mean, he's obviously going to be involved. I think he is better than Henderson, but he's not. He's not going to be. I don't think he's going to take over like the 3 down workhorse role or anything like that. So maybe at best an RB2, but at worst, a nothing. Or what it was before. What Akers and Henderson was, which was nothing.
A bunch of nothing. A bunch of nothing.
Yeah. Jackson said 2 things. How do y'all feel about the Giants +3, Miami -3.5, and the Rams 49ers game? Hammer's more into the point shit, but yeah, what do you think, Hammer?
You know what, Jackson? Because you have been attacking me verbally and physically, it feels physical over the last couple of days. I could feel you reaching through the screen, attacking me. I'm gonna give you some shit plays here. I hope your parlay just blows up in your face. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So I actually play in New York. We can bet on the apps and stuff like that. So I did take the Giants +3. I took Miami -3.5. And that Rams 49ers game, it actually scares me. I believe the line moved on that game. I think it's -1 now for the Rams. I believe they are at home. I'm not sure what platform you're using, Jackson. But what kind of spread are you looking at? I believe it's almost like a -1, 1.5, or something like that. San Francisco has had the Rams number, I believe, over the last 5 or 6 games. I think it's like 5-1 for the 49ers, save for the NFC Championship game last year when it really mattered the most. But I will take the Rams in this game. I don't know what spread you're getting. I'm looking at BetMGM now, and it's Rams +1. So that's essentially a pick 'em when you think about a point spread. So I would take the Rams, whether you want to take the +1 or not. Kind of a pick 'em, like I said. So yeah, so I like Giants +3, Miami -3.5 at Detroit, and I do like the Rams over the 49ers. Yeah, point spreads excite me. I really get excited about point spreads. Take the Packers +11.5. They're gonna lose, but they're only gonna lose by like 10.
Alto said he likes Philly defense more with the new addition. Yeah, I think like Hammer said, with the playmakers on Dallas, you have more of an opportunity to get some turnovers as well as like some actual touchdowns and points. Actual touchdowns and points for your defense. So that's why I'm going to roll with them there. Yeah, I know they got Robert Quinn, so that's a good one there. I'm staying away from the Rams game. It's so 50-50, he said, Hammer.
I agree. And I said it's a pick 'em. It's a tough one. I mean, I know the Rams are home, but San Francisco, like I said, has had their number over the last 6 games. Like I said, 5 out of the last 6 have gone to San Francisco. But no Deebo Samuel. That's a big deal. I know they just got CMC. I do like the Rams. I think Aaron Donald will be the difference in the game. Yeah. I'm at +1. You got it at Pick'em. It's essentially the same thing. I have them at +1, the Rams, that is. So yeah, so that's really a Pick'em game. I'll take the Rams. It does scare me, but if you want to stay away from the game, stay away from it.
Yeah. Legacy, what's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in, man. Okay, start 3. We got to start 3 here, Hammer. Olave, Mixon, Kamara, Walker, and ETN.
Well, Olave's out, right? Didn't we get that? You had
Olave.
You had that
Olave?
news? You said
No,
so.
not Olave. Michael Thomas was out, and
Oh,
Landry.
okay.
Not Olave. Olave is good.
Gotcha. This is a tough one. If you got all 5 of these guys, you're in good shape.
I actually think I'm playing Kamara, Walker, and ETN.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's hard to not play Mixon, but
yeah, it's definitely Walker and ETN, and then it's really 1 out of 3 between Olave, Mixon, and Kamara. Olave has been really good, man. But I think I'm on. I think I'm on your side as well. If I had to play somebody between Olave and Kamara, I would play Kamara. He's getting the receiving work. It looks like he's kind of rounding into form, and I don't think he's had a ton of touchdowns.
no, that's the thing is Kamara has had no touchdowns, but in PPR is still 17, 18 points a game the last few games. Like, and that's without any touchdowns. So it's like you have to play Kamara, you know, where Mixon and those guys can have bigger games than Mixon. I think Mixon, you know, maybe 8 yards and a touch. I don't think he's going off. You know, Olave has been good as well, but I lean the Kamara, Walker, ETN side. They're all going to catch the ball as well. So if it's PPR, that gives you even the extra added plus. So yeah, I think I'm rolling with that way. Even though I love Olave and Mixon's a good play too, I think I'm going with the 3 RBs, right, Hammer?
Yeah, I go Kamara, Walker, and ETN. I would strongly consider Olave with the 2 other main wide receivers, namely Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry out. That basically elevates Olave to wide receiver 1, which he was last week.
Well, he is again,
and he had over 100 yards on a ton of targets. So that would be tough for me, but I think Kamara is the bigger beneficiary of those 2 absences.
Yeah, definitely. Simp says mobile QB versus rookie QB who likes to force passes had me leaning Eagles. I hear you. I hear you. Thought about dropping Dallas since they will be on a bye, picking up Treylon Burks to put on IR, and grabbing Butker. Yeah, I mean, you know, you can stream the defenses. I mean, it's not necessary for you to hold on to the defense if you don't need to. I mean, I'm not crazily excited about Treylon Burks, depending on how deep your league is or how many teams it is. Like, I mean, if it's a 10 team or 12 team and it's standard, then I don't think he's worth really much. But if you've got maybe 3 wide receivers and 2 flexes, or even maybe 3 wide receivers and a flex, possibly, depending how deep it is. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, you don't really have to hold on to the defense. What do you think, Hammer?
Yeah, no, don't rarely hold on to 2 defenses. Rarely, if ever, honestly. You can kind of stream your defense. What else we got here? If you're gonna pick up a guy and put him on IR, that's kind of if you get him, put him on IR. He may, you know, break out for you down the stretch. I do like rookie wide receivers going into the stretch run of seasons. I've talked about that on previous episodes. So that's fine. And then, you know, Butker is the kicker for Kansas City, who's one of the top scoring offenses. So if you go out and get a kicker that's on the top scoring offense, I don't really see any harm in that, unless you're dropping Justin Tucker, which don't do that. That guy's amazing. But that's really the only guy I wouldn't drop as a kicker is Justin Tucker. That's about it.
Yeah. Jackson said he got it even. We saw that. Maher will be on bye next week. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Kicker, you can basically kicker and defense are kind of very streamable as well. Like I said, unless you have Justin Tucker, keep him. If he's on a bye, pick up another kicker, whatever, and then keep Justin Tucker. But anybody outside of that, yeah.
I'm about to put him on some money. Vikings -3.5, but buy a point down to 2.5. He said.
So the one thing that scares me about Minnesota at -2.5 is a lot of games come down to field goals in the NFL, as we know. So if you're at -2.5, you're essentially, I don't want to say you're going down to a pick 'em, but I treat anything less than 3.5 as a pick 'em. So I would, if you can get them at 3.5, get them at 3.5. Anything less than 3.5, you kind of got to treat it like a pick 'em. So that's pretty much my advice, Jackson. I love. Oh, that's -3.5. I was thinking about plus 3.5. Yeah, that's tough, man. I think Arizona's been such a weird team, and I don't know if that's a tough matchup because no Hollywood. I understand. I do like the Vikings in the game. I did take them. I forgot what I had them at on my ticket. I'll just jump into that real quick, and we'll get to this next question. Yes, I have Minnesota. I got Minnesota at minus 3.5 on BetMGM on my ticket. Just for full disclosure. So I took them at minus 3.5. They're at home. They got their weapons. They're fresh off a bye week. I like Minnesota minus 3.5. If you could get it to minus 2.5, that's even better. I was thinking about something else, a plus. Minus 2.5 would be even better.
All right, boom. There you go. All-in-one show. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate your all-in-one. What's up, guys? Would you start at RB2, Pollard, Sanders, or ETN? Wow. There's definitely not Sanders, so forget about Sanders. Pollard and ETN is that's a tough one. Shit. Damn. I guess I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go ETN. This is fucking tough. What are you thinking, Hammer? I'm leaning towards ETN, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I might take Pollard.
Yeah, I mean, if you have all three of these guys, once again, you're in good shape. Damn, that is a tough one. That is a tough one. I think I'll go ETN. Yeah, I'll go ETN, but I could see them both having really good days. I think, yeah, Pollard's explosive. I'm gonna go ETN here. And I don't have any rhyme or reason.
Yeah, now I'm thinking like, damn, I might just go Pollard. Just a better offense. He could fucking yam in a couple touchdowns like Zeke did last week, and Pollard is killing it. So, yeah, this is a real tough one. I'm actually going to lean towards the Pollard side now. Now that I think of it, I mean, they're playing the Bears. They might be running the ball a ton. Also, I think so. Yeah, I'm going to go Pollard, but it's real close. You can't go wrong either way. I will. Yeah, you can't go wrong either way. But yeah, I'll go Pollard. Sanders is not even in the question there. So we'll check back in on that tomorrow after the game. see how that turns out. I have no clue, but I just got Tay Adams for Godwin and Bills D.
Sure.
I mean, I still like Godwin. The Bills D is good. I don't know. You want Tay Adams that much more than Godwin?
I do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, especially with that Bucks offense that's been shit.
I do.
Did you see that meme that I posted? It was like Giselle took 50% of the Bucks offense too.
Yep. It's just listen, we all know it's an overstated cliche, but the internet is undefeated. It's so beautiful what I'm seeing on Instagram and Twitter right now with the Tom Brady divorce news coming in. It's absolute gold. We just got some news in here. Devontae Adams listed as questionable due to the flu, is feeling better and is expected to play versus the Saints. So
Okay.
Devontae is a go. Here we go. Dalton Schultz news. Dalton Schultz is expected to play, and obviously Zeke listed as doubtful is not expected to play. We kind of knew that.
Giselle is demanding full custody of Gronk.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Throw those questions in the chat. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't for us. Appreciate y'all. Yee, my guy, Yee.
Yee, what up, man?
Sanders or Ayuk in the flex? Ayuk, bro. Ayuk is, I mean, Debo's out. They got to throw the ball to somebody, and Ayuk is going to be the guy. So for me, it's easily Ayuk. What do you think, though, Hammer?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, I've kind of been pleasantly surprised by Sanders, and he was a buy low candidate coming off last year. So he's giving you really good value at where you got him. Um, I'm going to go Sanders here, and because I've seen the emergence of George Kittle over the last 2 to 3 weeks, he's steadily getting better, and I think with Debo out, Kittle on the rise, and CMC having another week to get acclimated, I think they'll utilize that. Ayuk probably will have a nice game. He might get 7 or 8 targets. But I like the way they're utilizing Sanders this year, particularly in the RPO game. So give me some Sanders here.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Check on that bad boy tomorrow. Blurpy. What up, Blurpy?
What are you holding receipts now for
Thanks
my
for tuning
picks?
in. No. I think it's a good thing to look back on because
Yeah,
we're
it
both
is.
going opposite routes on. But there's
Yes,
there's points to make for both ways. So
I
it's just
agree.
it's a hard pick. It's not
I agree.
I mean, for me, it's easy. I'm going with Ayuk, but
Right, because you love your
Blurpy.
guys.
No, but Ayuk is we saw last week that Ayuk is getting the work, and now Debo's out, so Ayuk is going to get the work. I think McCaffrey still gets plenty of work too, but
Yeah.
I think Ayuk is going to be the guy. Blurpy, thanks for tuning in, man. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't there. Hertz, Kamara, Cook, Amon-Ra, D-Hop, Waller, two flexes, Lockett and ETN. Pretty good. Don't love Waller, but other options are McLaurin, Pittman, and Foreman. To start, no, you're starting. I think you're starting the right guys so far. McLaurin, Pittman, Foreman, Dolchich at tight end, but plays at 9:30. No Waller. I'll get Hill. Yeah, of course. Taysom. Taysom's available. Yeah, absolutely. Go get Taysom. Absolutely. Go get Taysom and play Taysom, and you're solid, Blurpy. Absolutely. Go get. Oops, my had a boggle out. My bad. But yeah, go get him off of waivers. That's actually a good one. I can't believe he's actually on waivers. Adams likely to play. Yeah, I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. You
Yeah, he'll
just
play.
gotta watch it. You just gotta watch it till game time because you know how that should be. That should be going. Um,
So for those of you, I mean, most of you probably do, but for those of you out there who don't know, all of the actives, inactives are released 90 minutes prior to game time. So if you're on the East Coast and there's 1 o'clock games, you will get the inactives at 11:30. For the 4 o'clock games, you'll get them at 2:30. 3 o'clock roughly for those 4:25 starts, and then obviously the Sunday night game, you'll probably get that around 7 o'clock.
yeah. If you're just tuning in, make sure you hit that like and subscribe for us. Throw all your questions in the chat. Or let us know what your opinions on some of these bad boys. But Simp here, Hurt, CMC, Swift, Higgins, Godwin, Taysom Hill, Samuel, Eno have to start. Okay. A Rob, B Rob, Jamal Williams on the bench. Change anything? Lost Mike Williams for 4 weeks. No, I mean I think you're solid. You got Higgins with Chase out. You got Godwin who's getting 10 targets a game. I mean, you've got Swift, you've got CMC, you've got Taysom there. I mean, you've got Curtis Samuel with no Dotson still, and Heineke who's actually slinging the ball. What did Curtis Samuel do last week?
I have no idea. They beat the Packers, so I have no idea.
Yeah, 10. I mean, half PPR, 10 points, 5 for 53. So yeah, I think you're fine there. I don't know if I'm comfortable still playing A Rob. I mean, that guy just kills me, bro. He killed a lot of people. But
Yeah,
yeah, he's not doing. Yeah, I'm not trusting A Rob. So yeah, I'm playing Curtis Samuel. Jamal Williams could be a guy that you can play. But Swift is coming back. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I think I'll roll with Samuel. I wouldn't be mad if you wanted to play Jamal Williams. You could go either or there, but I'm going to lean towards Samuel. What do you think, Cameron?
yeah. I mean, we talked about it already. You made the point where Dotson's out. So obviously Curtis Samuel has been pretty productive even with Dotson in the lineup. So that just elevates him even more. You figure maybe he'll get 10 targets. Maybe he'll get 12 opportunities. Maybe they'll throw some rushing in there, which they've done. I know they have Brian Robinson back with Gibby back there, but I like Curtis Samuel. And listen, if Curtis Samuel's in your, what does he look like? It looks like there's two flex guys in this particular league with Curtis Samuel and Eno.
Yeah.
So yeah, if Curtis Samuel's your flex, you're in good shape with Eno. Listen, this is the right play because they might not be the most talented guys, but the opportunities are going to be there. And you always have to factor in that as well in terms of, listen, I might have a guy that is a little more talented, but he's not going to get as many targets. And this is the perfect situation where in your two flex positions, you have guys that other guys are out and they're going to get more opportunity. Eno, we saw what he did last week with no James Conner. So that's kind of almost a must start for you in the flex. And then Curtis Samuel with no Dotson, Allen Robinson, Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson's interesting. I know Blanc on yesterday's episode, you said you're not really in love with Brian Robinson like that, but
it doesn't look good. I don't like him. What do you think?
I don't. It's only been a few games, so I'd like to see more. I'd like to see more efficiency. Obviously, he doesn't look explosive.
Gibby's better. Gibby is flat out better.
He doesn't look explosive, but listen, the dude got shot, man, in his leg. So that's I you know.
But he never was explosive. That's the thing. It's not like he lost explosiveness. He never was that kind of guy.
Right, but he's only played what? This is his second game, third game now going into.
Yeah, I guess.
So you know, whatever. But listen, play Curtis Samuel, play Eno. Brian Robinson is interesting. But yeah, I think your lineup looked pretty good.
Yeah. Vals, LBR, Calvo, Ravi, what up, my guys? Thanks for tuning in, fellas. Appreciate y'all. Should I trade Geno, Saquon, and Sutton? Geno, Saquon, and Sutton for Lamar, Swift, and D-Hop or AJ Brown? For Lamar, Swift, and D-Hop or AJ Brown. I'm 4-3 and worried. Listen, if you're 4-3, you don't need to be worried. I mean, Sutton is still getting work. I'm going to let you answer this one first, Hammer, because I think I took the last few first. But tell me what you think about this.
Listen, if you're trading Geno and Sutton, Saquon is what he is. He's really awesome. But if you're getting Lamar, I don't like DeAndre Swift. I don't. And I know he's productive and I know he's awesome, but he's always hurt. And he could get hurt in a game and fuck you for the rest of the game. But I do like that Lamar, Swift, and either D-Hop or AJ side of it, just off the fact that you're going to sell Geno at his highest point and you're getting Lamar, who is an absolute difference maker at that position, and Sutton, who we don't know what Russell Wilson's going to give us. Listen, if we're already at week 8 and we're talking about we don't know what we're going to get from Russell Wilson, that's a problem. That is a problem. So if you can get off of Geno at his highest point and somebody's willing to take Sutton and give you D-Hop or AJ Brown, I can downgrade from Saquon to DeAndre Swift and take Lamar or D-Hop and AJ Brown. So you're getting 2 out of the 3 best players in this deal. I would make that deal.
Yeah, I'm with you there too. I like the Swift side with Lamar, of course, because that's a huge upgrade to go from Geno to Lamar. And we don't know how much longer Geno's going to be able to hold this up. But yeah, I'm on that side as well. I'd rather take D-Hop or AJ Brown over Sutton easily, and Lamar way much more over Geno. And the little downgrade or the risk that you take from losing Saquon to go to Swift, I'll take it in order to get those other guys. Also, would you trade Lenny for Amon-Ra straight up? Hell yeah. That's easy, bro. That's too easy. Bro. Would you do that, Hammer?
I know he gave us. Did he give us context of the rest of his team? I know
I
it's.
don't know, but I don't even care.
I know it's annoying, but you know what? Listen,
No.
I hate to agree with you, but based on the state of the Buccaneers offense at this point, if they can't beat Carolina, if they can't beat Pittsburgh, and if they can't get up off the mat against a Ravens team that has been known to give up points and known to give up big leads, you are what you are kind of at this point. I would do it. You're going to get way more upside with Amon Ra. I do like Amon Ra counter to Blanc's beliefs. I do like Amon Ra. I like him a lot more than I like DeAndre Swift. But yeah, I would do that.
You know what you're getting out, Soul? You're getting a fucking 8 to 10, bro. Because Lenny for fucking Amon Ra is awesome. LBR, what up, my guy? I give Keenan Allen, Cordell Patterson, and I receive Adam Thielen, Raheem Mostert, and Hunter Renfrow. I'm gonna say no, actually. I think I'd rather take the chance on Keenan Allen, and then when Cordell comes back, I think he'll be decent enough. I don't know if I love Renfrow. Oh man, I might take the other side actually. No, I'm not doing it. I'm going with Keenan Allen. Fuck it. What do you think, Hammer?
Yeah, as much as it pains for me to say, Hunter Renfrow was my last season darling that I picked up. And you know, he was awesome. He was really awesome last year. And as much as it pains me to say, if I had a better option in my dynasty league, he'd be on my bench right now because he doesn't look right. And I don't know if that's a combination of having Devontae Adams there and Darren Waller playing, you know, a little more than he did last year, or what it is. Maybe, you know, Renfrow had that concussion. He was out. He's been really banged up this year. He's on the injury report pretty much every week now since he had the concussion. Not saying it's concussion related, but he's been on the injury report. I think I'm still rolling with Keenan and Cordell on this one. Cordell should be back soon. I know he's on IR, so it's been almost 4 weeks now, hasn't it? It's in like that third or fourth week now already.
Yeah, it should be coming back any day now.
Yeah, because you're not really losing much, to be honest with you, and your upside is a lot greater if you have Keenan and Cordell.
Yeah. Definitely. Blurpy. It looks like Blurpy and LBR know each other. What's good, guys? Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe if you haven't for us there. Appreciate all y'all. Throw them rest of them questions. Calvo, what up, gang? Sutton or Jacoby? My guy Calvo says Sutton or Jacoby. Shit, we were just talking about Sutton. Jacoby's been good.
Yes, he has.
Jacoby has really been good. So, are you going with Jacoby over Sutton?
No, and it's very close. Only from the standpoint of Sutton's getting a ton of target share. Jacoby Myers in his last 2 games has 6 targets combined. Now, is that a product of having Zappy in there? Not really, because Zappy can throw the ball a little bit. You know, he had the touchdown last week, but 6 targets in 2 games is not sustainable for good production. I know Cortland Sutton's going to look at least 6 targets, 5-6 targets in a game. I'm still rolling with Sutton. I wouldn't be mad if he started Jacoby Myers, but I'm still going to roll with Sutton. He's more of the proven commodity with a better quarterback, which is not saying much right now because Russell Wilson is playing like dog shit. And I know he was out last week, but I still have to roll with Sutton. I still have to roll with the known commodity until I see otherwise.
Yeah, I'm definitely rolling with Sutton too. Patrick, I see you down there. What's up? I'll get to you in a second here.
Oh, we're gonna get to you, Patrick. Don't you worry about that. We're gonna get to you.
So yeah, I'm going with Sutton there too. Do y'all have any buy low dudes or guys you like because of easy playoff schedule? I mean, buy low dudes are going to be anybody that is hurt right now or is not playing, a la Jamar Chase, a la St. Brown, who hasn't been
Hollywood.
playing, Swift, who hasn't been playing, Hollywood, who's not going to be playing. Any of those guys. I mean, CD Lamb hasn't exactly lit it up. So it just depends on what teams have those guys, and to see if you can actually get them. But any of those hurt guys or guys that aren't really performing well right now. Let me run through. Let me just look at some of the
Yeah,
rankings and see if I can give you anybody better than those guys. Debo, I mean, listen, Debo hasn't played great, but he's got an awesome floor, which is fucking 12 points a game. So, if he happens to get some touchdowns and plus he's hurt now, he's not going to play this week. Debo's another guy
really
that you
quick.
can maybe buy for cheap. Go ahead.
Really quick, Blanc, we just got breaking news from Sleeper. I trust Sleeper with my life, and I trust Sleeper with my fantasy news because they are on point. DK Metcalf expected to play versus the Giants.
Okay.
Big news.
I saw that in here. Somebody put that in here.
Yeah, big news.
Yeah. Who else is a good buy low right now? I mean, if you could pull something off for Claypool, maybe he gets traded. I mean, you can give up probably nothing for him. I don't know, just as a dart throw kind of, Cooks maybe.
Judy.
But everybody's hearing that these trade rumors, so they might not really give him up for cheap. But I mean,
What do you think about Judy?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, like I said, I mean, I'm not paying anything significant value.
Well, that's hence the term buy low.
But I don't think, and I don't think people are going to give him up for that because they're going to use that trade, him being traded to their advantage in their negotiation. So it's,
right.
But yeah, I mean, other than those guys we mentioned, maybe DJ Moore. I don't know. George Pickens, even though we've seen him kind of start playing really well. If you're talking about this week, I know Lazard is out, so I like Dubes a lot this week. Ravi, what up, Ravi? Jags or Falcons, D?
Jags playing Russell Wilson's Broncos in London, 9:30.
Yes.
Eastern time in the morning.
And the Falcons are playing the Panthers.
Yeah. I don't like either one, but I probably lean towards the Jags.
The Jags have been decent on D.
Right.
They haven't been horrible, where the Falcons have been absolutely horrible, especially in the run game. And that's probably what the Panthers are going to be doing. So I think I'm going to go with the Jags too. Lurpy says Jags. Yeah. Lurpy.
Yeah.
We're with you. Never trust the Falcons. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is with the Falcons. Like I said, their defense is absolutely fucking atrocious. It's also
they find ways to stay in games, but yeah, I go with the Jags.
Yeah. Broncos scored 14 points a game. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they can't throw touchdowns pretty much. So, yeah, that Falcons D, I don't really want to trust them. I don't really care who they're playing. But here's Patrick. Patrick, what up, Patrick? Hammers Packers are still garbage. Yeah, we know. If you missed it in the beginning of the show, we were shitting on the Pack a little bit, and you can still
go fuck yourself. We got it.
Yourself. That's right. I still could.
We got it. I'm locked in, baby.
I'm going against Cousins. He's going against Cousins. He's got Jefferson and he's got Irv Smith. Is he a start over Ertz? No, he's not a start over Ertz, bro.
Absolutely not.
No.
With no Hollywood,
the chances are not with Irv Smith on this, and Irv Smith hasn't really done anything. He's had one game, I think, with a touchdown. So he's not just involved like Ertz is. You got to go Ertz. He's the safer play. He's the higher floor. He's everything in that. Tim says if A-Rob don't flash it this week, he's gone, bro. He's been gone for me, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I dropped him and picked him up about 3 times already, and
Yep.
and I think now I don't even think I have him on my team. But yeah, never trust the Falcons. We saw that. Sand said I got to trade. Should I trade? What up, Sand? Thanks for tuning in, man. He was here last night with us. Jay Jetta, AJ, T. Higgins, and Jalen Hurts for Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, and Josh Allen. Whoa, what? You're getting Cheetah, Diggs, and Allen, and you have to trade away Jetta, AJ Brown, and T. Higgins.
Should I trade?
Wait, and Jalen Hurts for Tyreek.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Allen.
So he's trading AJ Brown, T. Higgins, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, and Jalen Hurts for Tyreek Hill, Diggs, and Allen. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing that.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, even though Cheetah's been awesome and Diggs has been awesome, and I mean Josh Allen's been awesome too, but so has Hurts, and then you've got T. Higgins now with no, Chase
for at least a month.
You've got AJ who's been okay, hasn't been great, but and then you've got Justin Jefferson on top of that. I don't think that you need to make this trade. I think I'd rather just keep the guys just in case you get somebody hurt. At least you've got somebody else. I know Allen and Diggs are awesome to kind of have together, and then Cheetah on top of that. But
also too, and not only the points you made, which are obviously valid, you're giving up 4 productive guys, and you're getting 3.
Yeah, and the point differential is not going to be that much different for you to give up the extra guy just for you to get those other guys. So yeah.
So you're basically giving away AJ Brown for free when you look at it. I mean, T. Higgins for free because you're swapping the stack, right? Hurts and Brown to Diggs and Allen, Tyreek Hill for Justin Jefferson, and you're giving away T. Higgins for free. And T. Higgins stock is never going to be higher than it is going to be over the next 4 weeks.
Yeah. Listen, if you want to go and try and get Josh Allen, then give up Hurts and one of the guys for Josh Allen, like if that's what you want to do. I wouldn't make the big trade.
Give up Hurts and Brown and go get Josh Allen.
That's what I'm saying. Sand says he'd buy low on JT. Yeah, I mean JT's been a buy low all season pretty much now. We've talked about that, especially now with the rookie QB coming in. They could very well be, jamming it down motherfuckers' throats. So Val says it's because my team is Geno, Saquon, Najee, Sutton, Gabe, and Hurst, Zeke, Bateman, MVS, Algier, Hollywood got hurt, and I still oops, my bad. Still have. How can I see that?
And it says I still have him.
Oh, and I still have him. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be hard to get rid of him now because he's hurt. So you can always try, though. You never know, or somebody that.
Yeah, we got DK playing.
DK's supposed to play. Yeah. Outsole said that. So we got that. Should I trade Gibson? Should I start Gibson or Kirk? What up, God? Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Appreciate y'all in here. Throw all them questions in here. Let us know what you think. Should I start Gibson or Kirk? Who you starting, Hammer? Gibson or Kirk?
Ooh, I'm going Christian Kirk.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Kirk as well. I mean, Gibson's played well, and he caught that receiving touchdown last week. But, I mean,
there's still Dylan Robinson, a ton of carries, and Christian Kirk is the main guy there.
It's still too mixed, and Kirk, is going to get like that 10 targets that the coach has been saying they need to give him. So, yeah, we're going to go with Kirk there. I agree with that. No matter how much I love Gibby, they don't give him enough touches or the ball enough. So, also says Metcalf and Lockett will suit up tomorrow. Yep. We got both of them, or hopefully both of them are going. But I wouldn't be excited about starting Metcalf if you've got him. I mean, it's one of those things that on his first route that he runs, he could tweak something and come out of the game. So if you've got like a decently better option, you can definitely throw someone else in there. Yeah, we got that on JT. Appreciate that, San. Patrick says, I'm addicted to punishing myself. I traded for AJ Dillon. I think I only did it so me and Hammer can be friends because I have a reason to root for his garbage ass team. I gave up. Yeah, if you traded for Dillon, I mean, it hurts, bro. It hurts.
Oh yeah. Who'd you give up to Dylan, Patrick?
Herbert and Carter, he said.
Oof.
I mean, I guess.
Hey, listen,
They're
Herbert.
all in the same boat. They're all an injury away from being relevant. So
Yeah, but Herbert has been much better than AJ Dillon. Even if you played Herbert every single game, you're getting way more production per, per start there with Herbert. That's a rough trade on your end. And you know what? I'm glad that happened to you, Patrick. That's kind of karma flexing its muscles for you, hitting me in the jibs this entire season. And you know what? It's so funny that we didn't do this podcast 2, 3, 4 years ago when the Packers were just rolling everybody. So you guys are lucky that we started this podcast and now the Packers aren't as good as they used to be. But we'll be on the get back soon. Don't you worry about it. I hope. This thing.
Saying yes, Pollard is a must start. Saying we're starting Pollard. You have to start
100%.
Pollard. And I mentioned before, if you've got Pollard on your team and you're not starting Pollard, just trade him immediately. There's no point for you to have him on your team if you're not going to start him when he's the main guy.
I'm starting him even when Zeke is in there in my flex.
Yeah. Jackson, y'all know I've been struggling with this trade, but I ask again. All right, let's see if I remember this. Cheetah, Higbee, and Pollard, and Fairbairn. You don't even have to put Fairbairn in there. For Kelsey, DK, Marquise Brown. Let's take the kickers out of there. So
why
we've
are
got
kickers being traded? I don't understand.
Forget the kickers. Kelsey, DK, and Marquise Brown for Cheetah, Higbee, and Pollard. I'd much rather have Kelsey, of course.
Yeah, I think I'm on the Kelsey side. Kelsey, DK, and Hollywood.
Yeah, I think I'm on that side too. But are you in position to be able to hold Hollywood? That's what I would say. And then DK, of course, just had that injury, so it's like, who do you have to fill in case these guys might,
Right.
miss a few weeks? If DK misses on top of that, so I would say it really depends on your position, your record, and who else you've got on your squad. Because Cheetah obviously is Cheetah. Higbee's not bad. You're going to be fine, going along with him. And then Pollard, like I said, good this week. Who knows what's going to happen to Zeke going forward? And he's decent kind of flex play week in and week out. So I would much rather have that Kelsey, DK, and Marquise Brown side, like you said, Hammer. But again, it kind of depends on what your situation is, really. Can you afford to do that? Can you afford to be missing Hollywood for the next what is it? Another 4 weeks? Who knows what it is? 4 weeks, and then DK for maybe a couple weeks if he retweaks it or something comes up. So you got to take that into consideration. My team without Hollywood, if I took the trade, would be Lamar, Pierce, JT, Cup, DK, Kelsey, and Godwin. Yeah, so you've got the squad to do it. So I would do it in that sense. In that sense, I'd definitely do it. You get the Hammer and the Stevie B approval there.
Take that down. You're getting Kelsey, DK. You already have Cup, so you know what Cup is going to do. And like you said, you could plug Godwin into, if DK is out, Godwin becomes your wide receiver 2, and then you figure out, and then Mostert's at your flex. So you're in perfect position.
Yeah.
I got to take a piss real quick.
Go ahead, bro. Vals, that's why I'm thinking of that Saquon trade. Vals, you and that. What was that Saquon trade, if I remember? Geno, Saquon, Najee. Remember the trade? I'm too lazy to scroll up and find it. Would you say do it? Oh yeah. We said to do it. Yeah, to get D Hop or AJ. Yeah, we said that. We said to do that, bro. Definitely do that trade. We said to do that. Jackson prefers D Hop on that side. Yeah, Pollard was a must start. We went over that. Jackson says, I can hear Bagala when Cheetah goes boom. Cheetah goes boom. Bro, you can hear Bagala. I feel that too. Now that you've said it, I can definitely feel that. You know how Bagala does with that. But yeah, Vals, go definitely do that. Yeah, we're missing Bagala tonight and last night too. I don't know. I think he's got some family stuff. I know his wife is pregnant as well, so he's got another little one on the way to add to his little basketball squad he got going on. But yeah, hopefully he's back with us. I don't know if he'll be on tomorrow morning. I think his son has footballs on Sunday morning, so we'll be on Monday though. We'll be on Monday night. Reviewing all the games and shit, doing what we do. Do you prefer D Hop or AJ? That's a tough question. For right now, I probably prefer D Hop because he's gonna get a ton of targets without Hollywood there. Remember D Hop or AJ? He's thinking about making that trade that he said before. So should he get D Hop or should he get AJ?
I really like me some D Hop for the rest of the season. In particular, the next 4 weeks, you know, and that's pretty much taking you into the real stretch run of the season. I'll take D Hop here, man. Kyler Murray just targets him just insane when he's there. So, and he's pretty much healthy now. So, give me D Hop.
Yep. Val says AP over Derrick Henry, bro. AD, bro, all day. Adrian Peterson by far, fucking guy is bionic. Everyone knows about AP.
No,
especially
I don't
that,
know about AP.
Especially that 2,000-yard season where he just fucking raped the Packers for like I think two.
And where did that get you?
200-yard games.
Nowhere.
We're in first place right now, bro.
Where did that get you? Nowhere.
That's where it got us right now to this point in time where the Packers are fucking melting right before our eyes. Fucking cheesehead motherfucker.
Got you nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, you got a rookie cornerback putting a cheesehead on his head in your stadium. Fucking guy.
Alan Lazar should have just punched him square in the face and took whatever punishment he was gonna get. He shouldn't have even took. He should have just cold cocked him right in the face. Yeah. And Patrick, your team is the Cleveland Browns. You have nothing. You have no legs to stand on. Zero. Zero legs to stand on. Zero. The Cleveland Browns. Take a hike with the Cleveland Browns.
Oh God! Thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe for us if you haven't. Lincoln, what's up, Lincoln? My guy. We got everybody in here tonight. We got the whole squad in here. We got the Dynasty Life fam, the Dynasty Life squad up in this shit. Did you hear DK is playing? Yeah, we heard DK is playing. Would you start him over Rondell Moore? I mean, Rondell didn't do shit last week. I'm just afraid with DK, especially with all these injuries when these guys are trying to play through it, is that these are injuries where you run a couple routes and you tweak it and that's it. You're done for the rest of the game. So it's a tough one. DK is a fucking monster of an athlete and, you know, built like no other. So it's tough to not play DK if he is really going to play. And I don't know what we're going to see out of Rondell Moore. I was disappointed last game, but then at the same time, they've got nobody else. So does he come back a little bit? You know, but the thing with Rondell is he's probably got a decent floor. He's not going to get you much yards, and he's probably not going to get you a touchdown. So I think I'm okay with taking the chance on DK, even though I'm scared. But what do you think, Hammer?
Yeah, no, I'm rolling the dice on DK, and I don't give a shit. No. And maybe that's a little biased because I did start Rondell Moore last week and I got burned. He had one catch for 31 yards, and that was early in the game. And I was like, oh, shit. All right, Rondell's going to get his shit going. He's going to get his shit together. And then it was the D-Hop show thereafter. Plus, they still have Ertz. They run the ball with Eno Benjamin. Give me DK Metcalf. I'll roll the dice. I don't care.
Definitely. Wow, Packers logo and cheese ugly as fuck. Bro, I love y'all. Oh shit, I love it. Would you pay 100? Would you pay 100,000 to get a million, 130 days? No, I'd turn 100,000 into that in less than 30 years. That's what I'd do.
I'm confused. What's the context behind that? Are you making a bet? Are you what?
I don't know, but like I said, I'd take the 100,000 and turn it into that before 30 years. So no, I'm not going to pay that.
No.
Big Money Joe, what up, Big Money? Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't for us, guys. Appreciate y'all. Throw them rest of them questions in here.
Yes, sir.
Because we are, I mean, yeah, we chilling right now. But let's see, my bad. Big Money, 8-man, 8-man. Okay, PPR need a tight end. Got Pitts and Schultz, but waiver wires has Hurts, Jazeki, Irv, Henry, and so on. I mean, the only ones I'm thinking of here is Schultz and Hurst. I don't know. I don't. As much as I love Pitts, I don't know if we can play him with the amount of times that they're throwing the football. So probably just gonna roll with Schultz. What do you think, Hammer?
Yeah, Pitts should be the obvious play here, but he's not. So it's really, I agree. It's between Schultz and Hurst. I have Hurst on my dynasty team, and he hasn't been overwhelming, but he's been damn solid. No Jamar Chase means probably a couple of more targets for Hurst, particularly in the red zone. That Bengals offense looks to be getting its footing. So I would roll with Schultz or Hurst. It really just depends on who you like more. I think Schultz has probably the higher floor and the higher ceiling, but Hurst is really solid. So I'd probably go Schultz first and then Hurst, depending on how you feel about him.
Yeah, definitely. We only got like 3 thumbs up in there. Make sure to hit that like for us. So there's like 8. There was like 8, 10, 11 people up in this piece. So make sure you hit that like and hit that subscribe so y'all can chill with us. But yeah, I agree. Let's see. Patrick says, I don't know why, but I feel like Green Bay will put something together, end up around 500 and make the playoffs. So I think Dylan will help me out, possibly, eventually.
So here's the thing, and I talked about this in previous episodes, and Patrick, all seriousness, the reason why Dylan hasn't been what people expected is because the Packers haven't been leading a lot of these games in the fourth quarter. And that's the key to AJ Dillon's production. Last season, the reason why he was so productive is because they were ahead in almost every single game that they played, and in particular in the fourth quarter. So AJ Dillon was finishing with 13, 14 carries, 70, 80 yards, and most likely a touchdown. So, the game script was such forth that AJ Dillon was going to get the carries. He was going to be their closer. And, you could kind of count on him for at least flex production. This year has not been the case. The offense looks terrible and they're not ahead. So that's what the thinking is there. It's really hard to see. And I just don't like the way their offense looks. Now, at the start of games, it seems like they have like this 10 to 15 play script where they know what they're doing. And then once that's over with, it's like they just fall apart and they don't know how to play football anymore, which puzzles me. It absolutely puzzles me because you have a Hall of Fame quarterback that should be able to go out there, find the matchups, find the guys that he likes, utilize Aaron Jones. All right, I'm about to lose it because I'm about to talk about why the Packers don't give the ball to Aaron Jones more. Because every time they give the ball to Aaron Jones, good things happen. Am I lying?
Yeah.
Every time Aaron Jones gets his hands on the ball, good things happen. And for whatever reason, he doesn't get it enough. So that's just
listen. We're not the coaches. I mean, we could only make suggestions. What the fuck do we know? But I mean,
I know what I know.
Listen, same shit we say about the Falcons. 2 years in a row, you spend 2 top 10 picks and then you don't even throw them the fucking ball. So, big money, 8-man PPR, need 2 wide receivers. Metcalf, Lockett, Sutton. Just picked up DJ Moore and Boyd. I think you almost have to play Boyd.
I agree.
With no
Chase.
So I like Boyd. DJ Moore, I'm not playing. And I think between Lockett and Sutton, I might take Lockett. Because if you have Metcalf, I mean, I like. But again, if you've got guys that you can play to take that risk away, I'm scared that he's going to get hurt during the game. I think I'm gonna go with Lockett and Boyd here. What do you think, Hammer?
Yeah, listen, if you think about playing Metcalf, you're better, and if you have both of those guys, you got to play Lockett because he's a healthy guy. Um, Metcalf has the highest upside out of every single one of these guys that you have here, outside of maybe Boyd, just because Boyd is a proven receiver. He has a rapport with Joe Burrow. Even with Jamar Chase on the field the last couple of weeks, Tyler Boyd's been getting work. And I have him on the bench in one of my leagues, and he went off. I think 2 weeks ago he went off, or even last week. But he's been really good overall for the season. So I think Boyd is one of them. I agree. Oh man, I think I'm gonna go Boyd and Sutton here. Just because I like the target share, man. I like the target share that Sutton's been getting. And even though they've had a pretty terrible offense, Sutton has been pretty consistent. So give me Tyler Boyd and Cortland Sutton this week.
Okay, I like it. Like I said, it's either between Luckett and Sutton, but Luckett and Sutton.
Jeez. There it is.
I haven't fucking smoked in a few hours, and I can't even talk right now. It's either between Lockett and Sutton, but definitely Boyd. But I'm just gonna lean Lockett there instead of Sutton. No problem, Big Money Joe. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you definitely. Make sure you hit that little noti, hit the notification so you can get all the noties. But we're on Fridays and Saturdays and Monday nights, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And we're on Sunday morning too. Pals the GOAT. You guys are my favorite fantasy YouTubers, bro. We appreciate you, dog. We appreciate you.
That means a lot.
You, Vals. Couple of horns for y'all. We appreciate that shit. I don't know. I got a couple.
Sometimes I don't even know what that is. I think it's like my dog. Like,
you want me to give you a fucking clap? We appreciate it. Give you the fucking clap. I'm limited with some of the reactions I can fucking do here. So
that means a lot, man. That definitely means a lot.
Definitely means a lot because I mean, we don't get paid for this shit. We chilling with y'all. I mean,
we enjoy it.
And
full disclosure for all you guys out there, we started this and we were just doing like a recording like once a week or something, and we were just bullshitting, having fun with it. We talked about it, and it's really turning into something that we enjoy. I enjoy being on here because you guys get to come at me about the Packers. And it's cool though. Like as much as I can't stand it, I enjoy it at the same time. I appreciate all of you guys. Keep it coming, and hopefully this could just blossom into something that we turn into a real mainstay here. But yeah, we appreciate you guys and keep it coming.
Yeah, no, definitely appreciate you. Just trying to build up the community, and with you guys in here, that helps out. With other people coming in and they see how active you guys are, and they see how you like us and how we interact and stuff. So it's definitely good. I'm spazzing out on the soundboard. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just fucking with shit over here, bro. Patrick says, "You're sure as hell my favorites. I prefer Bagala."
You know what? If you knew Bagala as well as we did, you'd be singing a totally different tune. All right, Patrick. So yeah, but Bagala's cool. He kind of completes the tripod. He's not here right now, but we're definitely picking it up.
Yeah. Patrick said 4 NFL championships, 4 AFC championships, and you can still.
I got this. If you have to go to NFL championships, you didn't even say Super Bowls. That's how I know I got you, Patrick, because you didn't say Super Bowls. The Packers have 4 Super Bowls. The Browns have 4 NFL championships. How many teams were playing when they got those NFL championships? 8, maybe? Patrick, you're going to have to come a little stronger than that if you want to take me down, okay? If you're a Browns fan and you want to talk about my Packers, you're going to have to come a little stronger than that. The Packers are a way more storied franchise than the Browns will ever be, both in the NFL championship days and in the Super Bowl era. Patrick, I know my shit. Come get me. I will take you down every single time. You don't stand a chance. All right, let's continue with the show.
Oh, one thing I will say about the Browns, I thought they were the fucking dog pound. What the fuck's up with the leprechaun fucking thing?
Right. They can't even figure out who their mascot is. So come talk to me.
Jackson said, Bagala.
You know what, Jackson? You're dedicated to that. You come in with the Bagala every time. I appreciate you. I don't like it if you're a Vikings fan, but I appreciate your consistency.
Good. You remember he's on my side. We are, Vikings all the way over here, baby. His remaining matchup, My remaining matchup is Hurts, Foreman, Diggs, JJ, Ertz, AJ Brown, Kirk, and Colts D versus Cousins, Chubb, Jones, DJ Moore, Devonta, Ingram, Lockett. I like your side better. I definitely like your side better. What do you think, Hammer? I'm on your side, Patrick. I like your
Yeah,
squad
you
better.
have listen, you have the way. First of all, you have the better talent, number one. Number two, you have the higher upside guys in Jalen Hurts and Stephon Diggs and Justin Jefferson. You got a rock solid tight end in Hurts, and then you got the Hurts to AJ Brown combo. I wouldn't really worry about this that much, honestly.
Yeah. Speaking of, I mean, the crew that's out there, make sure all of y'all follow us on Instagram or Facebook as well. This way, you can always hit us up in the DMs and shit. Or at least, I always post when we're gonna be on, when we're gonna be live. So at least if you miss it on the notifications on YouTube, you'll at least see me post it. On Instagram and shit, which actually I forgot to post once we actually got on. It's my bad.
But if you hit the notification button, you wouldn't need it.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. But anyway, I mean, I don't think I've got anything else really. I mean, unless there's anything else y'all want to talk about, anything you got on
I had one quick roster thing that I'm struggling with. Not really, I don't want to call it struggling, but one quick roster decision that I don't know which route I might want to take. In this particular team, I have T. Higgins and I had Tyler Boyd on the bench, but obviously I'm playing T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. Would you do that on the same team?
You're playing T. Higgins and Tyler. I mean, one of them's got to catch the football. But yeah, I mean, Joe Burrow's throwing for fucking 400 yards and 3-4 touchdowns every fucking game. So I mean, it could backfire, but if they get shut down or have a bad game, but I mean,
the other options weren't that great. It was like Darnell Mooney, Rondale Moore.
No, you got to play those. You got to play both of those guys.
All right, and then would you play Devin Singletary or Eno Benjamin in the flex?
Eno Benjamin.
Oof.
He's just getting the work. He's getting the work. You can't not play him. He's getting the work. Jackson said, "Hammer, what's your lock of the week? He'll ride with it."
Ooh, you know what, Jackson? You know what, Patrick? Take notes from Jackson. He knows how to talk to me. We could smooth things over. Jackson, you're a cool dude. I'm never gonna like you because you're a Vikings fan, but I rock with you because we're talking some real stuff. Lock of the week. I try to stay away from locks of the week, but if I had to take one, I'm either looking Eagles over Steelers or Cowboys over Bears. So I'll give you two there. Both at home, both playing against teams they should beat. I'd probably lean towards Eagles as my lock of the week. If you really held my feet to the fire, I'd go Eagles over Steelers.
Okay. I like it. I'm looking at underdog right now.
What do you got there?
He's gonna parlay.
I like that. So Jackson, real quick, I love betting. So I usually run about 2 to 3 tickets a week. I usually run a entire money line ticket. I usually run an entire spread ticket. And then I'll just do like a 5 or 6 team kind of parlay that I like, that I love. So I usually run 3 tickets a week. I try and leave the Thursday night game out of it. I try and leave the Monday night game out of it, and just run mainly the Sunday tickets. But you can include the Monday game if you want. But yeah, so I usually run 3 tickets, 2 to 3 tickets per week when I'm betting. So yeah. If you guys, any of you guys out there bet as well, I bet weekly. I bet hockey. I used to bet baseball. I learned my lesson against betting baseball because that was just a shit show. But I bet hockey. I do some basketball parlays as well. Football, obviously, I'm big with the betting. So if you got any bettings here, Any bettors, any gamblers, you want some advice, throw those in there as well.
Jackson said he's delusional, so he bets the Vikings every week, and then, oh shit, you've been right 5 times so far.
No, but not necessarily. So, Steve, the one thing I don't know if
yeah, it's not straight win. It's not straight win.
Right.
I know. I'm not into the whole spread
So it's
shit.
against
And
the
then
spread.
the 3-game spread parlay, and then whatever that is, and parlay. That's your shit.
Yeah. So the spread is just absurd. It's actually funny. Last week I hit 11 out of 14 against the spread, and there was a couple of games that fucked me. I picked Atlanta. I picked Atlanta plus 6.5 against the Bengals. They just got blasted out of the water. Atlanta was covering almost every spread this entire season. I pick Atlanta plus 6.5, and they just get destroyed by Cincinnati. So that kind of that stunk me. And then I think I took Detroit plus 7. I forgot who they were playing. Dallas, I believe, and they got whitewashed by Dallas. I should have saw that coming, but I thought it would be a little bit of a tighter game. And then Dallas just overwhelmed the Lions with the defense. So yeah, but 11 out of 14 against the spread last week. I felt pretty good about a lot of my picks. But yeah, if you got any questions against the spread, anything,
I won't bet that game. Jay said they were 6-1 against the spread.
Yeah.
Where was I? Hold on. We got 2 other questions. My bad. LBR. I missed that one. I give Keenan Allen, Cordell Patterson, and Josh Jacobs. I don't know if I like the sound of this.
No, I don't like where this is going, and I'm reading the rest of it.
You get Adam Thielen, Mostert, Michael Thomas, and Joe Mixon. No. I'm holding on to those guys. There, LBR. I'm not messing with Thielen, Mostert, Michael Thomas, and Joe Mixon. I'm not doing it.
I agree.
I'm not doing it. My bad. John Doe. What up, John Doe? 49ers or Titans defense. San Fran sucked and cost me the game last week. I mean, I'm okay with playing the Titans D. They're playing the Texans, which I don't think they're going to fucking put up 30, 40 points. And then you've got the Niners against the Rams.
Rams haven't looked right, though, either.
That's not bad. That's not a bad play either. You could go with either or. I think it's a push almost. You could go either or. If you're salty that the 49ers fucked you over last week, then play the Titans D. I mean, that's simple as that pretty much. It's not like they have a bad matchup. So, not that the Titans D have been great, but you've got Malik Willis there as well now that's going to be starting. So, they could be very, very inclined to run the ball and tick that clock where, he's not getting a ton of they're not getting a ton of possessions. Oh shit! I pressed the wrong button there. My bad. But yeah, that's kind of what I think about that. Is you can play either one, and you just play the 49. Just play the Titans if the 49ers fucked you over last week, John. We saw that. My bad. Brian, my guy, Brian. What up, Brian? Must be overstressed too much, but who's the better option, Dolchich or Hurst? Listen, Dolchich looked good last week, but I mean, you've got Hurst on a better offense, a more explosive offense with no chase. So I think I like Hurst, but what do you think, Hammer?
Yeah, I am actually a Hayden Hurst guy. I've actually liked him throughout the years, and I always thought he really had really good upside, even when he was with the Falcons. And then I forgot what team he was on before that. It's not springing to my mind now, but I've always been pretty high on Hayden Hurst, and I think he's actually getting a really good opportunity this year. And I believe he's like tight end 11 in our league, in our Dynasty home league. That's a half PPR. So Hayden Hurst is going to give you a really good, consistent floor out of the tight end spot. So with the struggles of the Denver offense, I can't do it. I have to go Hayden Hurst here just because he's going to give you a safe floor at a very thin position.
Yeah. Jackson said he's liking the Derrick Henry rushing prop 92 and 92.5. Yeah, I like it as well, especially with Tannehill not being there. They're going to lean. They're going to lean the run. probably prefer. Is there a touchdown prop as well? Where is it? You do this by. Oh shit.
Derrick Henry has been rolling. What do you have? 30 carries last week?
Where the fuck is he?
Can't just sort by game.
Usually it has a little drop down and I could click. I don't know if it's just. I don't know what.
That's kind of annoying.
Who am I looking for again? Derrick Henry's bitch.
Henry, yeah.
Who they playing?
Titans playing Colts, right? No.
Did I miss it? Am I like? Oh, hold on. Okay, that's why. There we go. I was on all instead of NFL. All right.
Titans are playing the Texans.
Yeah, let me just break all these down real quick so it's easier to. All right, Titans and Texans. We've got Derrick Henry. Not sure which one you're. Yeah, 105. I guess it depends where you're looking at. On Underdog, it's 105. Or it's 2 catches, 119 rushing and receiving. I mean,
I actually don't mind that 105.
Let's go with the 105. I put the ETN over 93 rushing and receiving, so I do like that. San Fran was against KC and there was injured. Yeah, that is true. As well, bro. What about I give Keenan Allen, Cordell Patterson, and Josh Jacobs for Adam Thielen, T. Higgins, and Saquon Barkley? That is a lot more.
You're on to something there.
And yeah, I mean, you're basically I'd do that. Jacobs and Saquon are very similar. I guess Jacobs has been going ham. You get T. Higgins over Keenan Allen.
Yeah, and Saquon has, as much as I love Josh Jacobs, I think I have him in like 3 leagues. And he's on my Dynasty roster. Saquon is he's a better receiver, number one, and the offense runs through him a lot more than it does Josh Jacobs, although Josh Jacobs has just been going nuclear the last 2 to 3 games. I think Saquon's production is a lot more bankable on a week-to-week basis on what he's giving you than a Josh Jacobs. If you want Josh Jacobs to go out there and give you 30 a game, that's probably not going to happen. So if you're giving him up and getting Saquon, I like that a lot.
Yeah, you got the approval there to go do that. Definitely go do that. I like that LBR. I really like that. Patrick says he likes playing home defenses. Yeah.
Kind of have to look at the matchup. And
but at the same time, the matchup. Should I start A.J. Dillon over Murray, Curtis Samuel, or Paris Campbell? No, I'd probably play Curtis Samuel. What about you, Hammer?
Yeah, I can't believe Paris Campbell had that game last week. Whatever, man. Fucking bullshit. Yeah, you play Curtis Samuel. The A.J. Dillon and Murray thing, you got to play Latavius Murray because I think the Packers will be trailing most of that game. And as I've stated before, when the Packers are down, they tend not to use A.J. Dillon. So go with Latavius Murray and go with Curtis Samuel.
Murray. No, you got to pick one, bro.
No,
should I start A.J. Dillon over Murray, Curtis Samuel, or Paris Campbell? No, you shouldn't start Dillon. No, you shouldn't start Dillon over any of those guys if that was the real question. I'm not sure, but anyway, Curtis Samuel's the best guy that I'm.
I agree with that. Curtis Samuel's the best out of that bunch for sure.
Yeah. For this Hurst was drafted by the Ravens. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right.
Passed him. I'm running to my book right now.
His bookie.
Oh, his bookie. I'm like, what the Lincoln, who do I start, bro? Alec Pierce, Rondell Moore, DK. I think out of those choices, you got to play DK. I think we just had a DK Rondell Moore one. And even though DK worries me a little bit about getting re-injured, if those are your other options, I'm going to just roll with DK.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I do like Alec Pierce, man, but that change in quarterback situation has me absolutely terrified. Jackson, real quick, what state are you in, bro? You don't have any sort of like gambling apps that you can just go on that you have to run to a bookie. I did that for a little while and it wasn't fun.
Yeah. I think somebody's asking about the cheetah props. 92 receiving yards, 7 catches, a touchdown. Brian says, thanks for that advice. As a beginning player, it's better to have your best players against your opponent or your best matchups against your opponent. Bro,
It's a
you're gonna
combination of
always
both.
play.
Yeah.
It's a combination of both, but you're only gonna look at the matchups when it comes to guys that you're like playing in your flex or when you've got to fill in for your guys. Your
Yep.
main guys that you draft, your guns, it doesn't matter who they play. I don't care if Justin Jefferson is going against fucking primetime Deion Sanders. You're
Yep.
still playing Justin Jefferson.
Agreed.
So I hope that makes the point more clear. Where just play your guys, bro. You got to play your guys. You
For
want to
sure.
look up the mat. You want to look at the matchups more when it's a close decision on who you should play. Most of the time, that's when you have an injury and you got to fill somebody in, or maybe your flex position, or your bye weeks. But for the most part, you're gonna play your guns every week, regardless, Brian.
Yeah,
And yeah,
pretty much.
Patrick, you said it perfect. Exactly. Play your studs. Exactly. Play your studs. Perfect, Patrick. What do you got anything to add in on that, Hammer?
Yeah, no, don't second guess yourself, especially those guys you took in the first 4 or 5 rounds. Those are your play them every time.
Brian says he's got McCaffrey, Mostert as RB1 and 2. Okay. Problem is you have Latavius Murray on the bench. That's fine, bro. Latavius Murray is the guy that you want on the bench. You want to play Mostert and McCaffrey over those guys
Do not
with a
bench
better
McCaffrey.
man with them. No, you're never gonna bench McCaffrey. You're never gonna bench McCaffrey.
Don't do
Never,
that.
ever, ever. And I'm glad you're actually asking this because this is not what you should be thinking. You're not going to play Latavius Murray over Mostert, who's been getting 15, 18, 20 carries a game lately, and CMC, who's on a better offense, and is also a
Agreed.
top 3 running back on the season. So that is never, we're never going to do that. And again, everybody out there, throw your questions in the chat. We appreciate all of y'all. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe for us. So yeah, Tyreek's got 92 receiving, 7 catches, or
The touchdown, basically.
a touchdown on underdog. What are we thinking? I mean, they're going against Detroit.
I like the receiving yards.
Or yeah, I think I like the receiving yards too.
The touchdown is really hit or miss. I don't know if I feel confident in that, but the receiving yards I feel very confident in.
The receiving yards, yeah, I'm not. Jalen Waddle only 70 receiving. Jalen Waddle's only 70 receiving yards. Like some of these field goal ones too. I'd be taking 2 field goals.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Kickers fucking piss me off sometimes with their bullshit.
Amon-Ra, you know we're rolling with Amon-Ra. What 65 receiving yards? Oh, that's a steal right there.
Yeah, and then when Amon-Ra gets hurt, when Amon-Ra gets hurt in the fucking second quarter, don't fucking
shut your mouth. That's a steal. 50 rushing yards for DeAndre Swift. That's a steal right there.
Once again, go ahead, ride it.
Steal right there.
You're gonna get wrecked.
Fuck you, bro. I'm taking this shit home.
You're gonna get wrecked. Why don't you make bets on guys that are actually healthy?
I gotta make one more. That is healthy. 50 rushing yards? You kidding me? All he needs is 2 carries for that.
I don't know
Tony
what
Pollard. Here we go. Tony Pollard rushing touchdown, 80 rushing yards. You like? I think I like the tutty.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think so too.
Stevie will lose head of money. Yeah, bro. I don't do this betting shit, bro. I don't do the whole betting shit, bro.
Yeah, the betting's awesome. So Jackson, they legalized the sports betting here in New York, in New York City back in January, right before the championship games. And it's crazy because the only way I could get my wife to watch football is have her bet on games. And I bet 4 games last year for her in the championship games. And it was, I think it was, or maybe it was the week before. Yeah, it was the divisional round because it was 4 games. And I put in a 4-leg against the spread, and I think we had Kansas City, whatever it was, minus, I think it was -4 or -5 or something against Buffalo. And it went into overtime, and she ended up winning like $600-700. And now every single week she's like, babe, when are we going to bet? When are we going to bet? So now that I roped her into the betting, now I can watch football without all of the moaning and groaning because she sits there and watches it with me because now she bets every fucking week just like me. So it's a beautiful thing. If you there's a method to the madness. So yeah, so now I get to watch football uninterrupted every Sunday for 12 straight hours, and my life is absolutely complete.
Yep. The Catch, what's up, man? Catch said run insurance on under. Yeah, usually I always run the insurance on the 5 legs. I just throw a couple dollars in. I don't care. Just to.
How does that work though? The insurance.
So when you run the insurance, like you can get. So let's just say I put $5 in. So now you can miss one of them basically,
Okay.
and still,
It gives you like a mulligan.
And still get paid out. Like you get paid half of it. So yeah, it shows it here. 3 out of 4 wins 1.5. 4 out of 4 wins 6 times. So it just throws it in there. And I don't know if I'm even good making these bets. I'm just pulling them up on the screen as ones that I decently like.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big gambler dude. I don't really do it much. So but yeah, appreciate you, Catch. Go for lower lines, looking pretty high lines. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. But where was he at? Wall's a bitch for not legalizing it. Where are you at, Jackson?
Minnesota.
Oh, you're in Minnesota. Yeah, my guy's in Mini. That's what I'm talking about. My fellow Vikings brother. Skol, baby. My fellow Viking.
Stop that. Stop it.
Listen, don't be mad because the Pack are not taking care of the North right now, bro. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Catch. Appreciate you. But yeah, Catch is a great guy as well. He has his fantasy football channel also, so you'll make sure y'all can check him out as well. He does some of this betting stuff too, better than me at it. But all right, Brian, again, appreciate the advice. I went 4-0 and now 4-3. Facing off against Andy Dalton while I have Jalen Hurts. Definitely nervous about tomorrow. Need the losing streak to end to feel better.
It'd be like that.
Yeah. Listen, it happens, bro. It happens. Don't forget. All you got to do is get to that playoffs, bro. If you get to the playoffs, you've got a shot. And sometimes, you get injuries and shit, and your record isn't really reflective of how good your team is. So, when you got a guy like, Jalen Hurts, you don't need to worry much, and it sucks when you're in a losing streak as well, but just keep your head up, bro. Keep your head up. Helen Keller making better picks than Stevie. Yeah, Jackson, you know what? I didn't even make these picks. I didn't even say I'm going to do those picks, but I'm going to do those picks, and then I'm going to we'll be on here on Monday, and let's see if I come out with that shit, bro.
I like it.
Like I said, I don't spend a ton of money. Maybe I throw a couple dollars, 2, 3, maybe sometimes $5 in there. But Cordell and Josh Jacobs for Saquon. I mean, it's very lateral. I don't know if I want to give that up. What do you think, Hammer? Josh Jacobs is your boy.
He is my boy. You know what the problem is for this is this: we just don't have any clarity on Cordero. We haven't heard anything about what's going on with him. Like, is he trending in the right direction? Is he not? I know he's on IR, but yeah, man, I think I would do it just from the standpoint of Josh Jacobs' value is never going to be higher. See if you could get something else with Saquon. See if you could get a wide receiver, a wide receiver 3. with it if you can. Josh, like I said, I know Cordero's hurt. But see if the guy will give you something else. Maybe he'll give you the wide receiver 3, somebody that you could pick up as well, and see if you could just maximize. If you are going to trade Josh Jacobs, maximize the shit out of his value. I know you're getting Saquon, but see if you can maximize Josh Jacobs just a little bit more. See if you could get an extra piece. But I don't have a problem with it. I love Josh Jacobs, but I think his value is the absolute highest it's ever going to be.
Yeah, I can agree with that. They don't even have any. You can't make any bets on T. Higgins. They took it at all you got is Mixon and Burrow. They won't even let you look at. That's funny. That is funny. Patrick says they're right, bro. My first 4 picks was Jefferson, Diggs, AJ Brown, and Hurts, and they will never not start. Hurts is my tight end. He will never not start. Exactly, because of the way you exactly. Thanks, Patrick. But yeah, absolutely right. Only 3 spots that changes my 2 RBs, sometimes my second flex. Most of the time, there's not an option I start over Kirk. My roster is the same every week. Yeah, when you draft well and you don't have injuries and stuff, you're going to be fine. You definitely always want to play your guns. Jackson said, "You're not gonna lie, I can't walk away from the 1-2 punch of Cup and Hill, bro. It's hard to walk away from that, dude. You've got an insane. They're literally scoring you like
50
depending on how your scoring setting is, like 50 a week.
Yeah. That's tough.
I'm rocking with the guys. He said, "Fuck Kelsey." Yeah, listen, you didn't have to make the trade, but you definitely could. You definitely could have. Fuck Kelsey. He's overrated anyway. Bro.
No, Kelsey's awesome, dude.
Dude,
Kelsey is awesome.
What do you have? That 4 touchdowns the other game?
Yeah, he was ridiculous. I mean, he didn't have a ton of yards, but the dude is just phenomenal. I thought he was going to trend a little bit downward this year, and even if that meant a 10% reduction, to his previous years, he's just been the guy is awesome. And now that Tyreek Hill is gone, he just finds them all the time. Either he's going over 100 yards, or he's catching touchdowns, or he's just the guy is ridiculously good. Yeah, 4 touchdowns in one game against the Raiders, and he only had 25 yards receiving.
Brian, look at your point score compared to everyone else in the league. If you're in the top 4 or 5, you're fine. Don't worry. I started 3-0. Now I'm 4-3. It happens. Check it. Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed.
Sometimes you just play the wrong team, the wrong week.
The wrong time.
I'm more convinced in myself. Yeah. Listen, there's nobody like Kelsey. He's a wide receiver 1 that you get to play in your tight end position every single week.
Yeah.
It's not fair. And if you're playing a tight end premium, it's really not fair. So I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think we're gonna pretty much wrap it up. I'll be on in the morning, 11 to 12. If anybody wants to hop on, tomorrow morning,
I'm actually good tomorrow. I have something to do later on in the day around 2:00. I have some real estate work, but I should be able to pop on from 11 to 12. So I will be locked in. I will have my iced latte from Starbucks ready to roll. Patrick, go somewhere with your Cleveland Browns. All right.
Patrick said, "I can't deal with any more Hammer." Jackson said, "Best of luck with the picks, Hammer." Yeah, what about my picks, Jackson? What about my picks, Jackson? But all right, thanks, y'all. Appreciate y'all,
bro.
What? We'll see y'all.
I love it.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. Appreciate.